him a follow. And if you can afford it, a sub over on Twitch. Now let's fire up the crystal ball and see what the future might hold for the upcoming Penny Dragon streams. So there'll be no Violet Madness on Sunday, but fear not, DM Brett is stepping into the breach, delivering the goods with a horror-themed one-shot, so be sure to tune in for that. Tower of the Damned is a psychological horror one-shot that takes a party into a cursed tower filled with puzzles, riddles, and the lost souls of those that met their tragic end within its crumbling walls. And if you take a look at the LFG section in our Discord, we're looking for 1 or 2 players, so if anyone fancies joining in on Sunday from 7:30 or 8, I think it actually could be 8 or 8:30, for 3 hours, jump in and we'll see what happens. Moving on, join the Big Punny Heroes at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, which I think is midnight for us Irish folks, on Sunday, January 22nd, for the first post-Dragon of Stormwreck Isle session. The Vault, Part 1. They've defeated Sparkrender, but now what? The Destroyer is still on its way. No Fellowship on the 24th. In its place, we will have our first Pathfinder 2E one-shot. The villagers told you it was a shocking and brazen attack. The ogre strode into the village of Salvoy, picked up the old sage Lazino by his head and unceremoniously stuffed him into a sack, shouting, "Hagnar wants to speak with you." Can our heroes save Lazino the sage? And who is Hagnar, and why did he want to kidnap the sage? Come find out in Torment and Legacy. And also, it's canon now I've done that voice, so Sean has to do that voice for the whole game. The Churn Gang returns on January 27th for the Heart of Zaratan, Part 2. Our heroes have defeated stone giants and cute Gelib Durs. Now they must free the heart from its stony prison. The Cloaks of Minehelm have dived into the sewers beneath the city once more in pursuit of the mysterious cult. Ambushed by grotesque aquatic abominations, they'll be struggling to keep their heads above water when we rejoin them on Sunday, January 29th. For the record, Grotesque Aquatic Abominations is my favourite Carcass album. The party have found out that life-draining monsters are appearing in Candlekeep, disguised as books. Headed to Baldur's Gate to find the source. They're ambushed. Join us in the next session on February 9th to find out why and how. Journey through the Radiant Citadel continues on the 26th of January, and I have no prep done for it, so that's my whole week going to be taken up with that. After solving a minor mystery in the Dinsing Night Market, it seems the government of the Radiant Citadel have begun to take the party's warnings of the son of the Graven King seriously. Now all they have to do is return to the world of Hethar and gather intel on this fearsome foe. The Quiet Year. On February 2nd, join DM Craig and a wonderful cast of players as we dive into The Quiet Year by Avery Alder. The Quiet Year is a map-making game where the group creates a settlement at the end of the world, defining its prosperities and scarcities, and tries to make something good out of it during this quiet year. Once the gang finishes this game, we will be fast forwarding 100 years into the future, where they will begin an original homebrew Spelljammer campaign for D&D 5e, which will begin in the settlement, developed using the Quiet Year. I'm looking forward to that. And that's it for a look ahead to our streams. Let's give thanks and, of course, much love to our Technomancer Christian, who is the Lord and Master of the Tech Dungeon, for keeping us on the air and looking sharp, and, of course, fireballing the trolls and goblins that sometimes find their way into chat. Our appreciation also goes out to our wonderful Twitch mods, who are the fastest fingers in the West when the ban hammer is required, and we love you all. I'd like to thank Kate from It's a Map for her killer cartography. Kate is responsible for all the amazing maps you see in the Software Saga and is a literal saint for transmuting my unintelligible squiggles into the works of art I import into Roll20 and murder my players on. You can find her on all of the socials under the handle It's a Map I-R-E, and her commissions are open. All of the music I use in Software Saga is from Tabletop Audio, so you can check them out in the jukebox in Roll20 there. And now you can influence the game yourselves directly from the comfort of your own wizard towers or dungeons. Things like channel points, subs, donations, and bits can offer a wide range of life-saving benefits, such as healing, advantage on a roll, or a bless to the players and their characters. And if you're feeling particularly evil, and I know some of you are, you can also grant those bonuses to the DMs and their minions. You can find all the details in the About section of our Twitch channel. Also, please be mindful to state in chat who you would like to receive your boon, lest it go ungranted. And now, after all that, let's meet our wonderful players and find out which character's fate intertwines with their own. I will start with Fona tonight. Before you do that, Before you do it, someone just gave a bless to Lamud. Thank you, Gary. 5122. And It's a Map resubbed there as well. And I don't know who she's going to give. Kate, you can give an inspiration to someone, so you can pick that out. Sorry, Fona. That's me, Fona.
Yes, so hello, I'm Fona, and I play Scales, the young, somewhat naive, dragonborn barbarian who used to be a farmer and is now trying this adventure in Lark. And he loves his Morning Star. He loves his sickle. He's a bit perplexed by all the spirit dragonborn, especially the ones in armor he saw last time. And he's still hoping that the current pot of soil he's wearing in a harness will re-sprout and Shane will be back.
Okay, thank you, Fona. Ryan, you're up, my friend.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, and tonight I am playing Mzelu. Mzelu is a half-elf cleric, life cleric to be exact, of the one true god, Bahamut. And he's here trying to help this ragtag group stay alive. Hasn't done very well in keeping himself alive yet, but hopefully he can do better for these guys. We'll see what happens.
Okay, Jean, you're up next.
How's it, everyone? I'm Jean. I play Lemud, the half-orc druid. Currently masquerading as a saber-toothed tiger because, he took a bit of a beating in the previous fight, so he's down to about probably half health at this stage. Please leave me alone, Dave. I did nothing wrong.
Okay, thank you, Jean. Carrig, you're up.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Hi, I'm Carrig. I play Ren Orm, the resident transmutation wizard who doesn't really transmute things very often. And currently he is really annoyed at gravity because fuck falling 90 feet twice.
I mean, I suppose we can just cancel gravity and have you float away in the sky if you wish. Anyway, thank you for that. Shane, you're up.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm an unpotted Shane and I'm playing Jaden, a human Battlemaster fighter with his trusty glaive, and he is currently still running on this battle high that he's never felt before.
Nice. Okay, Jonathan.
Hi everyone, I'm playing Jarek, a dwarf cleric, and he's out of breath after getting this thing.
This thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Stephen.
I'm Stephen, and this evening I'm playing Oryxium Grim, the undervalued brother of Mzelu, and he is a repentant sinner currently.
Okay.
Undervalued? I wouldn't necessarily say that.
What would you say, Stephen? Do you feel valued?
Oh, no. He says his brother is when you're valued. I just couldn't phrase it correctly.
Fair enough. Cool.
That's a Stephen fuck up. Not an
Rixium. Let's sit down and put a Rixium on the couch and talk about this. Okay, so with all that done, let's have a quick recap and see what's going to happen tonight on the Savarone Saga. Upon arriving in the northern town of Templetown, having heard the residents were in need of heroes, the saviors of Somerton quickly realized all was not as it seemed in this sleepy little place. Ancient witches feeding on the local children and wild beasts prowling the countryside were the least of the town's worries. For now, the kingdom had sent, according to the party's ex-serviceman Robert, one of the royal family's most deadly fixers, north to Templetown, agent of the Crown, Valder. His mission, from what the party can gather, is to gain entrance to the temple high in the mountains, the resting place of Sir Richard the Shieldmaster, who was once one of the ancient heroes involved in the slaying of a lich named Galasar eons ago. Intent on finding the 5 rune keys necessary to bypass the temple's deadly defenses, Valder stopped at nothing to fulfill his orders. However, upon sneaking into the subterranean depths of Valder's base of operations in Templetown, it became apparent to our recently deceased hero, Fanar, R.I.P. Fanar, that Valder was taking orders from something that held sway over the undead. After helping an old dwarven druid, Braytak, defend its grove from an invading force of giants, the party learned the location of the final rune key and made their way to the graveyard of Denikstra, one of Sir Richard the Shieldmaster's old companions, in the hopes of denying Valder his final piece of the puzzle and stymieing whatever nefarious plan he was engaged upon. After much searching of the graveyard and battling the corrupted denizens within, our heroes uncovered the entrance to the crypt of Denikstra and did battle with some of the guardians within. We also had the return of our hunted fighter Jaden under mysterious circumstances. The party also lost their curious companion Prince Shane, the young noble from eons past who had been transformed into a plant for the amusement of an evil hag. A trap-triggered fireball ensured Prince Shane was reduced to ash. But some of the party are hopeful that he will regrow from within the scorched earth of his little pot. And finally, arriving at the sarcophagus of Denikstra, battle was joined, and it was clear that whatever grim task Denikstra had volunteered for, that centuries of undeath had driven her completely mad. The battle was fierce, and several of our heroes went down and were at death's door until Mzelu did something that turned the tide. something that will carry with it grave consequences with heartbreaking results, should the winds of fate, capricious as they can be, unravel the threads of our heroes' destinies. Eventually, though, the final blow was delivered and Denisha was no more. Granted through blade, fire, and blow, the rest and peace she had, for whatever reason, denied herself. What did Jaden see when he grasped the packed weapon of Eryxion? When will Mazellu's arrangement come back to haunt him? And what has Agent of the Crown Valdor been up to all this time? There's only one way to find out. Let's play some D&D.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoop, whoop. Now let's get
PvP.
some music
PvP.
going here. Yeah, so...
Ren immediately cast fireball on everyone.
Okay. Do you know what? That's
Now would be the perfect time if he was to do it.
One of
Is
these
there-
times when you do that, Dave is going to be like, "Okay, cool. You said you did it. Roll."
yeah.
I don't have this. I don't have the spell to cast, so that's why it won't happen.
Just wait so we can hear
Was
what
there any
music
flies
Dave's
over?
putting on. Is it button music?
Yeah.
Or is it creepy mystery music?
Creepy mystery music.
A nice calm lullaby.
Okay, so
The Enya.
Knocker 25 says, Dave, good sales pitch. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so the last thing you saw was Denisha curl up into the fetal position, become fainter and fainter and more transparent, as eventually she just dissipated into the field of crows and flocks of ravens that Darek had summoned. She is no more. Darek,
Would-
do you are your ravens and crows still circling you?
You mean that one
Spirit
spell?
Guardians.
No, I didn't cast that one. I only
Oh.
cast the magic missile. Guiding bolt.
Okay, so who's that that massive circle belonging to? It looks like Lamud. Yes, Lamud.
Lamud, you're on mute.
So
Sorry
what's
about
that?
that.
Healing.
Yeah, there was call lightning. So yeah, that'll
Oh,
drop.
okay, cool. Let's get rid of that because it's where'd it start? Yeah, cool. All right, thank you. Yeah, so
Don't kill
Jesus.
me.
Oh, shit, I killed you. Sorry. Let me unkill you. Okay, so what now for the Saviors of Somerton?
With
Um,
anticipation.
Bars are
this-
gone. You
Are-
can see at the northwest a deep well sitting there, and at the northeast there is a large brazier.
I'm just gonna limp over to the others. He is in a lot of pain.
Scales is just going to kind of basically sit down where he is once he realizes it's all done.
Is Mazzello still in the air?
Thanks for the follow, Johnny Poptop. I don't know. Is Mazzello still in the air with his wings?
If I still got my wings, then I'd be where, because I went up to meet her, so I'd be however high up she was.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she would have hit the deck when the killing blow happened.
Okay. Do we know with the like with her dispersing that way? Would I know? Would that mean the end of her? Is she gone, or is this like a semi-permanence?
Hard to tell. Give me Arcana check if you wish.
Can I roll for history?
No.
Arcana. Okay.
I mean, I can assist with that if he wants.
You
to do
can't
that.
because it's something
Oh.
he's thinking in his mind.
9.
Unless
yeah.
he says it out loud and surmises
No, it
you
wouldn't
wouldn't
be.
know he's doing it. So that's a 9. Hard to know. The room does seem more peaceful at the moment.
Okay.
Um,
I'll come back
how-
down to Earth anyway.
So as you land back down to Earth, from where he's sitting, pretty knackered. In fairness, like he's exhausted. Scales is just kind of eyeing Mazzello like, what the hell did he pull? Like, what was that?
Holy hand grenade.
Between the like, there was the spirit guardians who were all dragonborns first of all, and then there was the armored dragonborns who reappeared later when you cast it the second time, and now you've got wings. And at one point, like, you had the armor on as well, like when you brought them out the second time. So he's like, something seriously suspicious going on over there.
Oryxium is gonna.
I will. Sorry, before you said it, I will say, Mazzella, when you hit the ground, the wings disappear, and you drop to your knees and take a point of exhaustion.
I can handle the exhaustion, but I want the wings. So sad.
So, Stephen, I think you were saying something there.
Yeah, as Mazelu drops, Oryxium, bleeding from the ears, nose, and no doubt dribbling out the side of his mouth, will walk over and say,
Brother, I may be severely concussed from meeting the roof and then the floor in quick succession, but are you aware you had wings?
Well, let us deal with one thing at a time first, shall we? Let us get you better, shall we? And I'm going to do a... Which one is it? Cure Wounds. I'm going to do a Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Oryxium. So that's 21.
damn.
Yeah, you were dropping out a little bit there, Stephen.
Mhm.
But yeah, just to let you know. But it seems to be okay now.
Now I
Just
just want to
23. Okay. How's the
What?
cure wounds? Nice.
While that's happening,
Yeah.
Jaden, when Oryxium took that step towards Mazzelu, excuse me,
Yeah.
Jaden would have taken that step back, still hefting the packed weapon, and he's going to second wind himself.
Second
I-
wind.
Say,
Yeah.
and he's just going to, I suppose, he's getting his back up against the wall a little bit here.
Yeah. Okay. And as you take your second wind, you kind of hunker down and drop to your knees and just take a deep breath. 5 plus your fighter level. So
Yeah,
that'll be right
6,
there.
11, yeah.
So yeah, as you catch your breath for a second, you recoil as if punched in the gut. The full memory of the terrible moment your hand wrapped around the packed weapon of Oryxium washing over you in terrifying detail. Your eyes roll back, and your head and your vision swims. You find yourself in the body of a young man, looking through his eyes. In your mind, a terrible incessant whispering, a woman's voice dripping with promises of power and pride. The young man walks through the dark with heavy, steady steps, through the vineyards and towards a large manor house lit up by mundane torchlight and other arcane means. From the hill you see beautiful globes of light. Greens, blues and purples drift through the large estate. The sound of a party reaches your ears. The happy chatter of the crowds mingling with the sounds of joyous music and various bardic performances are a stark contrast as the man looks down and behind him to the struggling figure he's dragging along by the hair. A brutal backhanded strike is enough to subdue the old prisoner, and the young man continues towards a dell in a thick grove of trees. At the base of the dell is a ruin of an old house. The broken walls overgrown with vines and weeds, their gnarled roots emerging from the soil like skeletal fingers from graves long forgotten. The man looks back to his quarry as his hands work the stones in front of him, your vision too obscured to see the details. And the floor itself begins to shift downwards, revealing old stone stairs that descend deep into the ground. The voice still whispers maddeningly in your mind, demanding this man's death, promising you dark gifts in return for servitude and obedience. Down the stone steps he walks for what seems like an age, dragging the old man behind him until finally he emerges into a subterranean temple of sorts. Draconic imagery abounds, interspersed here and there with wolf-like symbolism. As the young man enters this space, a host of heavily robed figures flock to his side, examining the prisoner, laughing and spitting upon him, as now awake his terrified eyes dart back and forth. "Place him upon the altar of sacrifice," whispers one of the robed figures. This one is taller than the others and wears blue robes instead of black. The old man is restrained at the hands and feet and held down on a low altar, covered with runes and lumps of dried blood and viscera. And the robed figure turns to you, his thick blue hood hanging low, obscuring his features. "The catch was yours. So should then the kill belong to you. For the honor of the Dragon Queen, the mother of chaos and darkness, that most But his strained whispering words are interrupted as the old man lurches towards you both, one of the cultist daggers in his bound hands, and two of the robed figures contorting in agony on the stone floor, clutching wicked-looking wounds across their throats, their life's blood seeping quickly through their fingers. As the young man whose body you seem to be inhabiting looks to his hand, and a flash of dark, smoky energy, heavily ruined and adorned longsword apparates there and catches the first slash of the old man's dagger swipe. As the blue-robed figure vanishes in a cloud of grey smoke, the young man brings his packed weapon around in a wickedly fast swipe towards the old man's neck, far too quickly for him to parry the blow or even dodge it, severing the head from the body, which drops to the floor lifeless, pumping blood from the neck onto the flagstones. The remaining cultists scuttle over and drag his body through the quickly forming pool of blood and onto the altar, tracing runes and sigils with their gore-covered fingers. As he turns to walk away, you hear a familiar voice whisper,
"In her honor for the power I possess."
Before you snap back to the here and now, sweat running down your back and your breath coming in slow, ragged gasps.
I didn't recognize that old man, did I?
Nope.
Okay. Leaving that aside, yeah, that's some evil shit in Jaden's mind. That is, he is in the wrong position where he is now. He still has a pack blade.
Yeah.
He's not liking it so much anymore.
Yeah. You did recognize the estate in case that wasn't.
Yeah. But he's not going to let go of it just yet.
Oh, okay.
Because, it's powerful. But he is going to start maneuvering himself out of where he is in the room.
Okay.
How long roughly has Dijkstra been down?
I'd say 30 seconds to a minute.
So that wasn't like a prolonged, like him standing there.
No,
twitching,
that happened in
like-
a split second as Jaden did his second wind.
Right. If it's been, I'd say just as perfect time, and as he snaps out of that, the packed weapon disappears. It only lasts a minute outside Rixium's grasp.
Oh,
I did have a counter on the sheet in case I have to battle.
Okay.
Give it and he take it away.
And with that,
Love it.
Jaden, that whispering and that delicate, honey sweet, sickly, dripping voice in your head is just gone. And those promises of power and pride are no more.
Yeah. Reassess situation. Dives for his own old glaive, which is about where I suppose it's about there.
Yeah, it's upside down actually.
No, probably about there.
Yeah.
Was that
Okay.
close up? I thought it was
So
Was it, I think you're about here, but we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
If he's diving, he's diving past Ren, so I'm just gonna just barrel out of the way.
If you are doing that, how shocked is Jaden right now? And do you think it would be easy for him to contain that?
he's scared right
Okay.
now.
And
Because this
are you
brings
trying to
back-
hide that?
No, not overtly.
Okay, cool.
Because
So there's no
because
deception
you know,
check necessary.
back to the running that he's always done. He's always kind of moved on. Fair enough. He's done the whole, this is, I'm going to hang around with these people now. These two new people that he hasn't really met have shown up, and he's now in bottom of a dungeon with them.
Okay.
So he's scared. On top
Yeah.
of what he's seen.
Okay. Well, I suppose I should point out that the real bottom of the dungeon would probably be down the well, but you're close enough.
As far as we know, that
okay.
well just leads into the Underdark, though, to be fair.
Well. So yeah, okay. Yeah, you can retrieve your glaive fairly easily.
Yeah.
Limited.
Scales and... Sorry, go on, John.
No problem. So Lamud has just moved up to the brazier, just interested in that. See
Okay.
if I can find anything around it, maybe smell something that shouldn't be there, because Lamud would know what a brazier should smell like.
Yeah, if you want to give me a quick perception check, then let's see what you get.
Which I get advantage on.
Nice. Okay.
Let's just double check. I need to use Lamud's perception, so advantage on that.
Welcome Miss Jawbreaker into the chat with her traditional chant of TPK, TPK, TPK. Oh my god, that's a 23. Okay, so you don't find any Tritos. But what you do notice is that the entire base of the brazier is covered in onyx, tiny little pebbles of onyx.
If I claw at them a bit, do they come loose?
They are, yeah. It's like someone had a big bag of, like, not onyx powder, but you know, just not pebbles, dust or whatever, and just kind of filled it up.
If I keep digging or scratching away at it, do I find anything underneath it?
Just the bottom of the brazier. It does, like, there are remnants of, you know, kindling and other bits and pieces that would have been used to set a fire a long time ago.
So yeah, I mean, still staying in Sabertooth form, Limit will just give a yelp to try and get someone's attention. Just kind of, you know, nudge the onyx with his paw in one direction, just to kind of try and point it out.
Yeah, Ren's the closest he'll walk over.
Well, so before that happens, I'm now that I have my glaive back in a ready stance, and he's gonna go, Scales, Ren, come here.
And can you come here?
Is everything okay?
Scales. Yeah.
Scales is sat down.
Scales is sitting on the floor, like.
Yeah. Scales, get up here and come over to me.
And he just heaves like the most. You know when you've asked a 4-year-old to do something and they don't want to, but they're going to, and it's just like, whoa. And he gets up. But before he goes over to you, he's going to go over here first and retrieve that torch, because he loves his torches.
Of course.
And then, where are you?
Over here.
Oh, there you are. And then he will make his way over to you. Yeah.
Mr. Jawbreaker wants to know, where is Shane? Shane has been obliterated in the last in the last session.
Shane is possibly germinating within a pot of soil, but we're not sure yet. But Scales is still wearing the pot of soil in the hopes that he'll be back.
Drew Kane says, I think Scales is really a moth. Okay.
So once they come over, I'm going to take that step forward and raise my glaive at Erexium and say, who are you?
Erexium's back is currently towards him as he's helping his brother up.
It's fine.
As soon as I see that, I'm going to step in between.
Ren's going to take a step towards Jaden, backing him up.
And Scales
What are you doing, friend?
What?
Where did you two come from? And at this point, like he's back, but the glaive is up.
Lamud is just holding his ground where he is currently.
You're from Artex. We told you this before.
Tingly num num.
Yes, it's quite delicious.
It's a bit convenient that you two found us when you did.
It's strange that you found us. I mean,
we were here first, I believe.
Yes.
It's strange that you seem to show up with your dragon-related abilities, as we're traveling with one of the very, very few Dragonborn around either. Or as well, sorry.
Jaden's going to just put the hand up to Rensley and eyes locked with Rex and go, I know what you did. I've seen what you did.
What did he do?
Nothing good. Something evil.
Of which he has atoned for.
It's easy for you to say.
There are friends from up
easy
for
for
in the
my
graveyard.
God to say.
And Scales is trying to elbow Jaden while he's saying this, and Jaden's obviously locked on this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Scales is like, no, they're our mates from the graveyard.
Gods aren't exactly unbiased.
No, but good gods aren't evil.
Do you guys know other Dragonborns?
No. You're the first we've ever met.
Then
But
how
you seem
did-
fascinated with him.
And how
Well,
did you
of course,
summon the...
my god is a dragon, and we are faced with one of the only surviving dragonborn of the land. Of course I'm fascinated. It doesn't take a genius to work this out.
Back up.
Excuse me, you may back up. I am staying here.
That's absolutely fine by me. You can stay down here if you want.
Why would you want to stay down here?
So, back to Scales' question. What did he do?
You never made a mistake.
We've all made mistakes.
That seemed like a pretty big mistake.
Ren.
I've made my
Pay
fair
for
share.
it every day I breathe.
I suppose you're completely innocent, are you, Jaden? You've never done something to hurt another?
He went for a walk that was way longer than he said it was going to be.
Okay, do I notice anything about him when I say that?
Is there anything you're trying to conceal, Jaden? If there is, it will be insight versus deception.
No, I mean, nothing past what everybody kind of on stream knows.
But I don't know you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
But Jaden's kind of been the moral compass, to be fair, to a degree, him in the mud.
Okay, but out of character, that doesn't mean he doesn't have some dark crap
Oh
going
yeah,
on in his
no, true,
past.
no, that's true. But like, as far as we know, like,
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would be guilt by
Survivor's guilt?
leaving, or yeah, a little bit of that, and a little bit of leaving, being selfish and surviving, as opposed to actively doing anything wrong.
Since we've met you, we've done nothing, neither me nor my brother, than to try and keep you up and able. Hell, I even freed one of your friends of a rather heavy affliction on his soul.
and he has seemingly disappeared since you've done so.
But I can't account for your friends. This
Look.
one disappeared as well.
You like to
Came
check my
back.
pockets if he's in there.
Look, I don't want to fight you guys, but your obsession with Scales, you showing up here at the same time as us, it's all a bit
Listen.
coincidental, if you ask me.
I think you mistake obsession with pure joy. That to know that this race of being is not completely gone. Would you not be happy if there was a child found that was lost? You'd be happy, would you not? Or do you have a
course.
thing against children?
They're annoying, but I would be happy to have a lost child. Irrelevant to the point. I get what you mean. You're happy Scales is alive, but there's something weird here. Right?
There's a lot of
There's
things
something
just
weird.
here. We're in a tomb.
Fighting about this. Jane, they've been fighting with us all the way through down here. And then you came back, which is awesome. And you fought with us too. But like, we all fought together to defeat the weird lady who was kind of weird. And they helped us all the way down here. And they were fighting the zombies in the graveyard with us too. So like, why are you guys, fighting?
When I gotta watch my phrasing here. When I used his weapon, I saw something I recognized, something that I've been running from, and he's involved. I don't know how. He says he's atoning for it. Fine, but he's involved.
So you're saying you're running from an evil thing as well? Seems to me you're both on the same journey rather than against it.
You run from it. I have turned to face it. Which one of us has more to prove?
You've already ran away from your friends once. You obviously take to running whenever things get hard. He does not. He knows what he's done, and he's fought ever since to try and make up for it. What have you done?
I don't need to prove myself to you, or you.
I don't ask you to prove yourself to me. You'll be judged, as everyone else will, when we are finished in this life. I don't ask you to prove yourself to me. I have no need to even care about how you end your days. But I will tell you this. He is trying to make up for what he did. That is why we are here. That is why we are doing what we are doing.
I think it'd be a lot easier to get a bearing on this if we know exactly what he did.
You say you've seen what I have done, Jaden. I will tell you, at the time of my death, I am fully aware of where my eternal soul shall spend its days. Do you know where yours goes? Have you done enough to go to the right place? I know I can never undo what I have done, but I can leave the world better than I made it.
Jaden's not happy. He's listened to what the two lads have said, and I suppose he believes them to a certain extent. He doesn't. If there's not going to be a fight here now, he's going to lower the glaive ever so slightly, half a foot, and go, "You stay away from me."
As you wish.
You stay away from these two as well, and him over there.
As he says it, Orixium will take the short sword, fling it so he catches the blade, and hand the hilt to Jaden.
I believe this is yours. Mine has returned.
Yeah. Doesn't like that slight and just takes it, not with any sort of viciousness, but just disarming him in his mind.
Thanks for the resub, Arctic Trooper, and Jaden has inspiration.
I suggest, friend, that you maybe take a look at yourself before you start marking others.
And Scales behind Jaden's back, because Jaden's kind of ahead of us, is going to kind of lean over towards Ren and go, "Ren, where's the good place?"
Well,
or the right place.
You either go to the hells or some good afterlife. It's kind of how things go, depending on your choices in life. I'm not super religious. This isn't my area of expertise.
The good place is ran by Ted Danson.
Yeah. Yeah, but that Ren is kind of put his hand on Jaden's shoulder and be like, maybe we should have this out another time when we're not this far underground. And he doesn't look significantly in better shape than us, and he'll gesture towards Mizellu. I'm not saying this is going to come to blows or anything, but it's a clearly fairly intense topic that I feel like we're going to have to discuss at some stage, but I don't think that's today. Been through a lot.
While I'm here, and I'll grab my holy symbol as it just starts to glow, that kind of platinum glow that you're used to. And Scales and Ren will either get 15 hit points each back, or they will go up to whatever half their max is, whichever comes first. As I use a channel divinity.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I have no issue with either of you. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that are strange.
Trust me, my boy, I understand. This is not a time for anyone. The difference is I don't draw my blade at the very first mark of it. Instead, I will draw my hand, and I hold out my hand to Jaden. You're hurt. Please allow me to heal you.
I'm fine.
So be it.
Scales just looks confused as hell.
Ryan's going to finish wrapping up his...
He's been doing this the whole time
He stops.
through all of that. He's been like...
Tennis.
Verbal tennis, yeah.
So, do we want to, check for that stone then, guys? Or You want to rest first? I think it's best to probably get this found and get out of here.
At this point, where Lamud can kind of sense that there's a stalemate kind of reached, he's going to do that thing that all cats do, and he's going to get in the middle of everything.
With his tail super high in the air.
And he's going to push his way and make sure he pushes everyone out of the way, all the way through to Derek.
Okay, you can move your tokens back.
As
Poor Derek just standing there.
Yeah,
He's
he's,
like,
yeah,
I was like, I
Lamud
don't know
is-
either of you.
yeah, he's also like just what table tennis.
as Lamud like kind of pushes through, Mazzelu kind of just lightens up for a second and is like, "Do you know, I realize you might turn back into your usual self, but while you're like this, you're actually quite soft."
I'm going to hit him with my tail as I pass.
Seriously, you just bat him with your ball and knock him to the ground. You're like, suck this bitch.
No, I don't want to hurt Mazelis. It's just a playful
Whip. It's just a little
smack
whip.
of the tail.
Yeah.
With that broken up, Ren is going to start making his way towards the coffin. And this is busted open, isn't it? Like
Yes, it
it's
is.
yeah. As he approaches, he is going to flick open like a dog-eared page in his spellbook, put his hand on it, focus for a second, and his eyes open. They're completely gold as he casts first level detect magic.
Detect magic. Okay. Let me just look one thing up here.
30 feet, and I know what the School of Magic, and I know where I'm looking for abjuration. So
You're looking for abjuration.
specifically, because that's what's been seeming to come off these stones every time we find them. And they're places in the ground, and Ren found those. Doing the same thing.
Okay.
No, he'll see everything else, but where he's like really aiming
You detect a glyph of warding on the bottom of this sarcophagus.
Hey, I don't think I have a dispel magic. Shit. No, I don't. So, no chance I can use an Arcana check now that I know that it's there to try to disable it.
Can you disable a glyph of warding like that? Does anyone know?
I genuinely don't know.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
believe-
It is the explosive runes one. You can you decide what triggers glistens to go on the surface and what removing another object for covering the glyph. Once the glyph is triggered, the spell ends.
So it has to be triggered.
Hold on,
Or-
you can further refine the trigger when you describe the glyph. Explosive runes. It's hard to know, isn't it? I would imagine a dispel. Okay, the glyph can cover an area no longer than 10 feet in diameter if the surface or object is moved more than 10 feet. When you cast a spell, the glyph is broken and the spell ends without being triggered. I'm gonna say you're gonna need a dispel magic for this.
I would have guessed that it would have taken a very high Arcana check to even attempt.
Oh yeah, no, I figured as much. I just said I was transparent and ask, just in case. Ren is going to turn to everyone, like back away from the coffin. There is a glyph of warding. Everyone, move back.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I am very certain I know what I'm going to try to do.
Do you need guidance?
No, I'm not going to be anywhere near it myself when I do this.
All right.
I don't know what that aura is on me, Dave. You can delete it if you want.
What's that?
I don't know what that aura is around me. But you
Oh
can
yeah, cool.
delete
No
it if
worries.
you
Yeah.
want.
So I'm talking back to the near the entrance of the room, guys, or the walls. Like, don't be anywhere near this coffin. I don't know how big this explosion's going to be. And as if everyone does back away towards the walls, Ren is going to, now knowing where the glyph of warding is, it's a point he knows it exists within range. He is going to cast magic missile and fire them into the coffin, aiming for the glyph of warding.
Okay. What is your passive? Look at everyone moving back. What is your passive perception?
It's not very high. It's like 11. No, wait, no.
Sorry, but do you?
Yeah,
you rolled detect magic. Okay, so I will give you this. With your detect magic, there is a bag underneath.
Going already.
There is a bag that's sitting on the glyph.
Okay, never mind.
That radiates magic as well.
If he knew that was there, he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so-
I should have told you that would ping as well.
Yeah, so retcon that. Ren's gonna say to everyone, he's gonna be like, look, if you guys are up for it, we can take a rest. I can get a spell I can get some energy back. I can get rid of this cliff. Up to you guys. Like I'm talking full 8 hours.
Down here.
Do you have any other ideas? We can go upstairs and come back down, but I don't really want to have to make my way through that minefield of traps. I mean,
I'd
and
like a
Ren will
rest.
kick the corpse. Like, this bitch is dead.
She evaporated into nothing.
Oh, there's nothing there. Okay.
Nothing there.
Lamud is gonna walk up to Ren, grab the back of his robe or whatever he's wearing with his
His
teeth,
jacket.
and drag him backwards.
Okay.
Okay. Ren will allow himself to be dragged. He's not going to try to fight a saber-tooth tiger. He's a skinny wizard.
And once Ren is about 30 feet away, Lamud is gonna climb on top of the coffin.
Get the bag. Don't let the bag explode.
And what Lamud is going to try and do is grab the bag with his teeth and fling it in that direction so that it lands behind him, basically placing his body between the explosion and the bag.
Oh, okay.
What's he doing?
Let's see. I would say, so you know it's there. I would say just give me a straight acrobatics. If you
Can
roll
I
a
argue-
1,
Can
Sorry,
I
what?
argue for athletics?
yeah.
Knowing that he was doing something like this, could I have walked over and guidanced him before I walked away?
Of course you can. Do you have any blesses, I wonder? You have 1 bless as well. I will say, if you roll a 1, whatever is in this bag, and like this bag itself will be completely destroyed.
Hey, Arixium, you might
There
want to get a bit further
There
away.
is a difficulty for this, and if you don't meet it, something might happen. But if you do roll a 1, the bag is destroyed.
Cool. So I will roll strength, which luckily with the
Athletics.
saber-tooth tiger doesn't have athletics, so I've just got a straight +4 on it.
Cool. All right. And
12, I will plus my guidance.
plus your guidance.
16.
16 as saber-tooth tiger Lamud just one meaty and furry paw on one side and the other, and the back legs dug in, the little bit of a butt wiggle, and the head goes down. Gingerly, one of the long saber-tooth tusks wraps around the drawstring of a bag and fling. And as you fling it, it sails across the room. And a split second later, there is a deafening boom as the chamber rocks. An explosion fills a 30-foot radius from here, and fire rains. You're going to take 10d6 points of fire damage.
Happy with that?
The saber-tooth tiger is going to take 10d6.
Yep. That's 34 points of damage. You can make a dex save, DC 18 for half.
Sure, let's do that. 15, so I'll take the full.
34 points of damage. Okay. Boom. And after the explosion, after the dust settles and the fire dissipates, you can see a very, very singed and burned saber-toothed tiger, probably around about here, thrown back from the explosion. Look over its shoulder, and you can see it looking at this bag lying in the corner.
As soon as he becomes visible, I would have ran over, like full sprinted.
Fine.
Are you okay?
Just gonna give a little shake, and the black soot and dust is just gonna puff up.
Ren, knowing that Lamud can take an ungodly amount of punishment while in animal form, is going to head for the bag.
Okay, Gary 5122 has given Lamud a bless for being insane. Thank you, Gary.
Insane in the membrane.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, my mate.
Insane in brains.
Okay, Ren, you arrive at the corner there, and indeed there is a kind of a maybe about that size bag. Good, maybe you'd fit, I don't know, a 6-pack of beer in it. Going by my measurements. So
Mine as well. I'm going to try open it.
And you're going to open it.
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing in there.
But I'm getting magic from it.
You are.
Rand's a fairly intelligent guy. He used to work in a magic item shop.
Yeah.
Using that knowledge, do I know what this is?
You do know what it is. It's a bag of holding.
Rand's going to put his hand into the bag.
Okay.
And he's going to think of one of those stones. And pull it aside now. Does anything come with it?
Nope.
Okay. He's going to put his hand in and think weapon. Does anything come with it?
You have to be specific. You have to know exactly what you're looking for, not just generalities.
Well, okay, so you say specifics. Process of elimination. We know which exact sigil, again, which symbol we don't have. Yeah?
Yeah.
Ren's going to think of one of those stones with that symbol that's missing.
Okay. You reach your hand in?
Yep. Pull it out.
It's not there.
Okay, it's not in here. And Ren's going to hold up the bag and goes, this is great. We got a bag of holding. I'm so sick of carrying a load of heavy shit.
Thanks very much for the... Oh, Nakwa gifted a tier 1 sub to Gary5122. Thank you very much. Nakwa, you can give an inspiration to someone.
What is the purpose of this bag?
Oh, well, basically you put... Come here.
Okay.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything in your pockets? Like you just there?
Is this your attempt to steal from me?
No. Trust me. I'm going to hold it open.
Okay, I'll give him my water skin.
Yeah, drop it in.
Put it in the bag.
Scales is moving over
Ren closes the bag
because he thinks there's a magic trick happening.
There is.
Basically, yeah. Ren closes the bag and then opens it. The skin's gone.
Wait, and I'll put my hand in. I'll be like, where did it go?
Yeah, it comes out, and as you do that, it appears in your hand. Magic bag.
Wait, let me have a look at that, and I'll grab it off him.
Black magic.
So you put something in.
As he goes to grab it off, Ren just puts it over his head.
No.
Yeah, so as everyone is crowding around the bag, Lamud is once again going to yelp and paw at the onyx stones that are lying on the ground.
Okay.
Ren just scoops some of them up and then drops them in the bag.
Orixium, who is distancing himself from certain people per request, has gone over to the well and noticed a grappler.
Yep, your internet is pretty dodgy tonight. Fishing, okay.
Any better?
Well, you were kind of warbling there for 1 second. Anyway, let's keep going. We'll let you know if it's if it drops out.
He would like to use the grappling hook to dip down the well.
Okay. So as you drop the grappling hook down the well, do you have dark vision?
Yes. To 120 feet.
120 feet. You can see the bottom, and you can see down in dim light. Look like the remains. Some skeletal remains down there.
Are they wearing any? Like, is it just pure bones, or is there like a satchel?
Just pure bone. There's nothing else down there except just pure bone.
Oh, he won't dig up. Won't pull up remains that aren't appear to have a satchel or cloak.
Is the brazier that I'm standing beside now, having managed to gather 3 torches, lit?
Nope.
Can Scales try and light the brazier?
You can. There's nothing in it that would light except for onyx sand or.
Well, he'll give a go plunging one of the torches into the sand to begin with, and
okay, you can throw it in there.
Dave, I think Nakwa gave you
one of your torches is gone, I'm
afraid.
Pure torture.
Pure torture for poor Scales. He only just got them back. Okay, he throws one in.
It lights, and as it lights, you can see the ceiling. 8 onyx stones catch the reflection of this brazier and the light within. And light begins to reflect down in a single beam onto the center of the now open sarcophagus.
Guys, that looks what's the word?
Magic.
Meaningful.
Is there anything happening in this now that I'm standing by it and she's done and Scales has done that?
Do you want to roll me an investigation check?
Can do. 6.
Hard to tell. This looks like the light is just sort of, if you've ever caught your wristwatch in the sun coming through the window, it's sort of like that. It's just settling down straight in the center of the bottom of the thing, of the sarcophagus.
Was the lid of the sarcophagus destroyed?
Yes, when she came out, it was blown apart.
Napoleon
blown apart.
Looking around, is there, in the rubble of the sarcophagus lid, is there a gem or anything lying around? Anything that looks reflective?
Let's get an investigation check.
It would be Lamud's stats again. Not advantage. Straight roll.
17. Yes, there is. Lying in the rubble, you see a similar looking gem. And as you retrieve it, Mizelu, you see this. You do notice that there is a recess in the base of this sarcophagus.
Secret
Is
staircase.
it the shape of that gem, is it?
Sure is.
As I pick it up, I'm, hopping over to Mizelu's to hand it to him.
I'll take it off you. Despite my usual better judgments, I'm going to step into it so that I can reach properly.
Okay.
You stepped into the second cliff of warding now. Have fun.
I can survive. And then I'm going to press the thing in and see if it's going to open something.
It sure does, and I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
You're about to hear a man go clanging down the stairs.
That is a 10.
Hang on. I use one of my blesses.
Roll a
just
d4.
in case. Oh my god.
DC was 12.
Oh yes.
So as you press this gem into the base of the sarcophagus, it clicks in a very satisfying way. And the bottom of the sarcophagus just becomes air and dematerializes. And you, for a second, do one of those with your legs kind of running in midair, and you manage to grab onto the edge. But you can feel your armor and everything weighing you down. You've got one elbow over the side. You can feel yourself.
I'll grab onto his arm.
Okay.
It's a Wile E. Coyote
With
moment
what?
with a sign.
With
Just
your
like,
mouth?
I'm biting down.
Oh, okay.
I'll take it.
What's your bite damage?
It is 1d10 plus 8.
Okay, so you can roll it and halve it because you're trying to be gentle, but as we all know, sometimes cats are not gentle.
So there would be 6?
6 points of piercing damage. Yeah, as one.
Yeah.
You've in a perfect world, the huge fangs would have gone around, but unfortunately, one goes right through your forearm, and the pain is intense. You can feel just that hot burning as blood runs down your arm. Lamud, can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
I'm just like
as the taste of blood runs down your throat. 16. You feel something inside of you stir. If you can imagine, the only way I can describe it is if you swallowed a tank full of live eels and you felt them stirring around in the pit of your stomach. That's what you feel. And the urge to just keep biting down is strong. But you resist it.
I'm gonna gingerly start backing up 5 feet at a time until Mazelas can climb out on his own, and then I will let go of his arm.
Okay.
I flip the bag of holding inside out.
Okay.
Just wait away from the hole, obviously, just to see what's in it. Because Ryan had a moment where he remembered back in the shop one time he did that, and then it just went everywhere, and it was like the worst day of his life, and he had to clean it all.
Okay, coolaboola. As you tip that open, a pile of gold, a pile of silver fall out, 2 diamonds fall out, a bag falls out, a shield falls out, another shield falls out, a potion falls out, another potion, another potion, another potion, and a small book locked with 3 keyholes.
And 67,000
You're
alchemist
still dropping
fires.
out there, buddy.
67 vials of alchemist fire. Jeez. Ryan just stares at the
Give that
pile
to
of
you.
gold as it's slowly just coming out of the thing. He's like, I'm happy. This is great. And then
I'm going to shout over to my brother to come and have a look to see if he can see the bottom of this.
Okay. True Kane says he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Orixium, are you peering down?
He is.
There is a 60-foot drop. On the bottom, you can see what looks like very familiar runic thing. Oh, have you seen them?
Nope.
You haven't. So there is a stone slab with a rune etched onto it.
There is a stone at the bottom. There's a rune etched into it.
no, that's what we're looking for. Probably, I hope.
I do believe
You
I
need to
can-
remove the stone or
I would assume so. You would definitely
destroy
need
it.
That's a good question. Should we destroy this stone to stop Alder from getting all of them? I mean, if we break it,
Certainly
we can't
try.
get it.
Remember why we're gathering them so Valder, that guy, the mean guy, doesn't get them. But did we want to gather them for some other reason, or should we just smash them all?
We tried. Well, I think we tried break the one back in
Yep,
the carbon
you
witch
couldn't.
thing, and yeah, nothing happened. Like you hit it pretty hard, Scales.
I did. And I can hit
Oh.
pretty hard.
I mean, we could put it in this. and
Should we
then-
drop it down the well?
No, that's probably a bad idea. I mean, the carbon witch got all magical and powerful, like extra from that shit. So I don't think that's a good idea to just drop it down a dark well to God knows where.
Gales looks at the pot. It's attached to his chest with a little bit of a sad frown when you mention the carved witch.
So I think we need to put. I mean, I'm personally a bold believer of Ryan is just in salesperson mode from having worked in the shop of putting it in the bag of holding. Nobody's gonna find it in the bag of holding unless they do what I just did. And I'll die before somebody takes the bag of holding. So.
But then when you're
At that point, I
dead,
don't care.
they
Yeah,
get
but
the bag of holding.
At that point,
The bag
I
of
don't care.
holding?
Yeah.
The magic bag.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
How
But if
far
I'm de-
down?
If
is
I'm
the
dead,
stone?
I'm beyond care.
60 feet.
Derek will ask Red, like, are you going to use that diamonds?
Probably not. I mean, I could sell them if you don't have a. Oh no, Lamud and you guys use them for reviving people. Yeah, you can have. Or
Yeah,
split them out
that's-
between you.
Yeah, there's 2 diamonds that fell out. So Derek will take one for him and just hand the other one. Oh, wait, Lamut is a cat, so I'll hold on to that.
If that diamond catches the light in any way in this room, you are all screwed. I'm just saying.
Okay, so someone's taking a diamond. Is that right?
Is the pit like?
I think Derek was taking one. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Derek,
I'm
you can
taking,
add it. One
yeah, I'm
diamond.
taking one, and I'm
Um,
keeping the other one for Lamut.
Okay, so that roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Also, while he's rolling that, Dave, have I seen the item that we came looking for?
Fire it out to me on private if you want. I thought you guys were here because you heard that there were issues with the graveyard.
I'll message you on Discord. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. 16. Yeah, you have determined that this item, this diamond, is probably worth about 350 gold pieces. So you can chalk up diamond worth 350 gold pieces.
Yep, Derek has different
The-
plans for it.
The area under the sarcophagus, is that
Mhm.
a massive cavern, or is it like just a 60-foot sheer
It's just a
stone
60-foot
grave,
shaft.
like an elevator shaft?
It's just a 60-foot shaft.
And Arixium can judge the size of the stone from where he stands. He could pick it up.
Yeah, you could. It would be a two-hand lift. Thank you, Tom, for the bless for Derek.
Okay, well, while the others are discussing the diamonds, Arixium is just gonna step off the ledge.
Are you
And
gonna-
he drops for a second as his foot meets the sidewall as he spider climbs down.
Oh, nice. Epic.
And he will go down,
Okay, yeah, you make your way all the way down. You can
pick
see
up
that
the stone.
that stone, yeah, and it's quite big. No,
He
it's
will-
a good
the headstone.
say, yeah, it's a good headstone, yeah.
What I'll do is I'll take my rope out the bag and I throw it down. Now I know it's not going to reach him, but if it gets to a point where he can tie it off, I can help him kind of pull it up a bit easier.
Okay.
Now
Which
he'll,
also, as I reach into my bag and grab my rope, I remember and I turn and say, "Ren, I need my
Yeah?
water skin back, by the way."
Okay, Reynold. Out of the pile of things he has on the ground that he's currently trying to shove back into the bag, he's going to underhand toss the water skin to Mazzello.
Yeah, I'll pick it up in a minute once I've let go of the rope.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Any Ren, or sorry, what am I saying, Ren? Dave, any idea of he's not going to sit there and count it, but of a rough approximate how much gold will be there?
You can sit there and count it.
Okay, he'll start. He'll count it.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
While you're all doing this like Mission Impossible style
Mhm.
stuff over at the sarcophagus, Jaden is all the way over here, and Scales has managed to gather all the torches from this side of the room, and he's just kind of standing there watching. Like if he had popcorn, he'd be like eating the popcorn, just watching what you're doing, because he's like, oh, just kind of like, oh, what are they doing?
Check the bag of holding. There might be someone there.
Oh, he's content to be all the way over here, just be like, don't know what they're doing, but it looks entertaining.
Okay. Okay, so moving back to Arixium and Mazzello. Without too much difficulty, you managed to retrieve that large stone and heft it up. Lamud, are you out of Sabretooth now?
Yeah, so I was about
Yeah.
to say, so Lamud is going to move over to Jaden and then drop Sabretooth form.
Okay.
And he's just going to walk up to Jaden and say, let's take care of you a bit as well. And Lamud is going to cast... Yeah, he's going to do Healing Word at 2nd level.
Okay. What does that look like?
Oh, I can't remember where my sheet
No,
is for
no
that. I will tell
Yeah.
you in a second. Let's roll that
Next
so
time
long
you
and-
cast it. Next
Yeah.
time you cast it, you can tell
I
us.
forgot to actually open that up.
It's all right. 7 points of healing. So you feel this. You felt divine healing wash over you, but this somehow seems to be more natural, and the wounds just begin to scab over very quickly, as opposed to, just vanishing with, in this kind of divine tinkly sound.
He's a lot more
It's-
comfortable with that, regardless of
Yeah.
everything that's
It's-
going on at the moment.
The wounds are very itchy now.
That's right. Thank you.
Anytime.
Euryxium and Mazzello, you're now at the back, up the top of this 60-foot shaft. Yeah, you have this large runic stone in your possession. Rune key.
You
Is this heavy boulder what all this trouble is about?
Yep.
hmm
I don't think it's going to fit in your little bag.
Oh no, trust me, it will. And Ren will open it and just try me.
It's slightly smaller than a headstone, so yeah, it would take some effort to wrap it around it, but it does, with a little bit of force, slide all the way in.
I think Orixium still having that tendency to prank people. When Ren says try me, he'll just drop the stone on his hands and watch him go for it.
Yeah, no, Ren does just face plants.
Yeah. Yeah. And just roll me a quick athletics check there, Ren.
Ooh, this is gonna be.
If I
fun.
fall down the hole, I swear to fucking
No, you're
God.
nowhere near
No,
the
we're
hole.
gonna come
It's
over,
fine. Just gonna throw your back out. If
Oh
you
yeah, no, that's already
roll low
gone.
enough.
Yeah, that's a physio adjustment waiting to happen.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that.
That's a nat
19.
20.
Yeah, you managed.
Nice.
You just hold it. No effort at all. You're just holding it.
Plant those feet, boss.
Whatever way your shoulders are squared and your lower back is positioned, and you just hold it and you just look at him. What?
Yeah, he just dead eyes him. He's like, yeah, now what, bitch? Kind of vibes. No, he doesn't say it, but like that's the impression.
Yeah.
And as he starts shoving it in the bag,
Nice. Okay. Yeah. It eventually goes in.
snaps back of holding. You can fit so many MacGuffins in this shit.
Over here where we are, Scales is just gonna say to Lamud once he's like, healed Jaden, he's gonna be like, I think I like the bear best, but the big cat with the teeth, that's pretty cool, man.
I mean, they each have their place and their use, but I tend to agree with you. The bear's my favorite.
So is the plan to get out of this place now?
Are we not gonna take a rest and maybe have a sleep?
I mean, Mazelis, you were here for a reason as well. Is your business concluded?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me just look at that.
Well, our business was to, as I said to you before, we are atoning. We are ridding the world of evil. Hopefully we've managed to do that here.
You're atoning too?
No, I mean, I'm helping him to atone.
Is there any look on Jaden's face when he says that?
Oh,
Like, Ren is keeping an eye. Yeah.
yeah.
What does atoning mean?
Like you know the way when you piss somebody up, or like you make your like you did something wrong and then you have to make up for it.
Like
It's
doing
like-
good things instead.
Yeah, it's like that on a much grander scale.
Exactly.
Okay. And you get the impression from Scales' face, like he's saying okay, he doesn't quite get it. He kind of has the gist, but he's just gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, that tracks.
Okay. So, what is the plan? Do you want to try and get a long rest down here, or are you going to head out all the way back up the several levels and rest in the corrupted graveyard above?
I mean, I think
rest.
I think we're fucked either way. So we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. It's evil in this place either
That's
way.
the way I like it.
When they discuss resting, Orixium will look at Jaden and say,
Would you care to see if the cages will lower again? If it make you more comfortable, I will put myself behind the bars while we rest.
I don't need that.
I give you the choice.
And
friend.
Orixium, are you sort of, is this a jibe, or does he genuinely mean it?
he means it.
Okay, cool.
He's done
Yeah,
things. He
Yeah.
understands.
I get it.
He
Just
probably,
saying.
he probably knows what Jaden saw, so yeah, fair enough.
You didn't see nothing.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay. So what's the plan? What are we doing? Long resting, or are we getting out of here?
Yeah, Ren's gonna start casting the dome, so he's gonna just get out a piece of chalk, draw the big magic circle, and then
Okay.
While he's
If-
doing that
if-
for that time, I would actually try and get Lamud to help me with this if I could, but I want to check out the whole rest of the room to make sure there's no like secrets, like no hidden, like there's a stone that's not a real stone that can pull out the wall or something like that. Basically, I just want to check this whole room out.
Okay, roll investigation.
I'd be happy to help.
So yeah, one each, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not proficient, so I'll have to roll my own check.
With stone cunning.
Or no, you don't find anything, I'm afraid, my friend.
Lamud, come on. Oh, that's better.
That's a 19.
Investigation. Okay, so Lamud, you give this room a good going over. there's not much of note until you follow Scales over to stop him from falling into the well.
He wasn't going to fall in. He
It
was
sounds
just
like something Lamud would do. Yes,
Yeah,
I agree
and
completely.
as you approach Scales, you're kind of maybe this side of Scales here at the well, and your hand sort of, as you grip the side of the well, you feel one of the bricks below seems to give way or just be loose. As you look down, you realize there is there's the dome, yeah. As you look down, you see one of the bricks can be pulled out.
So Lamud's going to tell Scales to just take a couple of steps back just in case there's another glyph or something in here that'll explode. Mazella's same for you.
No, I'd rather be here to grab you in case.
Oh, I mean, if something explodes now, I'm hitting the ground and you can pick me up then.
Oh, you're probably falling in the well if you're actually
But that's
there.
the thing is, yeah,
You're going in the well.
I don't want you hitting the ground 60 foot down in that well. So I tell you what, I'll stand behind so that if anything happens, I'll just grab you and pull you back.
Right. Guess one good turn deserves another.
Okay.
Oh yes.
And I will pull out the brick.
As you pull out the brick, the kind of a stone against stone scraping sound. You have a brick in your hand.
Anything underneath? Is there a cavity?
Behind where the brick was, yes, you feel there certainly is. And there is what feels like a long, thin wooden box.
I'm gonna pull that out slowly as well, just to make sure that it's not connected to a wire or anything.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't seem to be.
Then I will have Ren have a look at it before I open it.
Okay, so you bring it over to Ren as well. Ren, where's the pile of stuff that you left?
Well, he put it out. While everyone was talking, he was shoving it back into the box.
Back into the. Okay, cool.
He's going to empty it out when they have the dome. That way, everyone can help him count it because Ren, as smart as he is, hates counting coin. So.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Then he'll do his identifies and stuff.
Just as a point of order, Jane is going to just pop out to grab his bag, which he had left down in their short rest place.
No problem.
Please tell Scales before you leave. I
Scales,
don't want to deal with that again.
Scales, go with him. Follow him.
Jaden.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm to come with you.
Yeah,
I think I'm to be your bodyguard.
Thanks. I'm just getting my bag.
My dome.
Sorry, I think I moved your dome by mistake. Sorry.
Not only does he steal torches.
Oh, I'm bringing it with me. Came out of alignment.
Okay, so as the dome appears around them, Ren is going to then, once again, flip the bag inside out carefully, because now he knows there's potion bottles in it.
Yeah.
And he was lucky the gold softened the blow last time. So, pull it open. He's going to say, anything you have that you want to know what it does, put it in the pile.
Okay.
But I mean, if you could check this item first, just because we have it in hand.
I mean, I can do it all at the same time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
add the box to the...
Yeah, please state what you want to put into the pile for identification.
So, I will then cast Identify.
Okay. You cast Identify. So, you have a bag of holding.
Yeah, I just want to open my the loot tab because I want to make sure I write it all down.
I will drop it into the chat, so I'll just read it out
cool.
for the viewers. Bag of holding, which currently what's used to contain 259 gold pieces.
Yep.
689 silver pieces. 2 diamonds worth 350 gold each. 1 bag of diamond dust worth 300 gold pieces. A shield +1. A spell guard shield. A potion of diminution. A potion of heroism. A potion of superior healing. 3 potions of healing. And a locked diary with 3 keyholes. Spell guard shield. While holding this shield, you have an advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. And it's not the full version of the Spellguard shield if you look it up in the thing. That is OP as fuck, and I nerfed the last part of it. I'll tell you now what it used to be. So the other part was And spell attacks have disadvantage against you. That is not a part of this Spellguard Shield.
That was always
That is
fairly overpowered.
So
It's like when you get like a fawn or some shit with their magic resistance innate. It's like, what the
okay,
fuck?
so that's everything you have.
Cool.
Is there nothing magical about this box?
The box is not magical. The wand within is magical.
What it do?
It's a wand of wonder.
What's a wand of wonder?
I remember the name, but I can't remember what
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
I know the name.
Basically, a wand
I
of
know
wild
what it is.
magic.
Yeah.
You point it
Yeah.
at something, roll a d100, and something happens.
Oh, jeez, Ren, you are not
Yes.
touching this thing.
Ren does not tell them what the wand of wonder does.
Solo says, "Wonder what it does." Hey.
Ren just says, "Oh, the wand is dead. There's no chance."
Anyway,
David's bad enough that I gave Craig the brass monkey in the fellowship game. Now you're
he's
giving
not-
Ren
he's
a
got-
wand of wonder.
Well,
Yeah.
no, he hasn't got it. He's just identified it.
Miss Jawbreaker
Ren-
says, "Lick
Yeah, he
it."
just says it's a dead wand. And then slides it immediately into his wand holster as
No,
hip.
no,
no.
no.
Well, I would say Ren
Yeah.
is the only one that knows what this does. If you want to communicate that to the other people, you can.
He hasn't yet.
Okay.
But if they keep annoying him about it, being like, Ren, what does it do? He'll be like, okay, it's this, and then somebody will probably take it over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bother you until I know what it does.
What to do? What's it
He
do?
immediately
What's it
points
do?
at Lamud.
What's it do? What's it do?
Nah, he hands it to Lamud. He's like, look, you keep this. This is dangerous. I've blown up enough children.
Excuse me,
I'm the
what?
bad guy.
Excuse me, what?
Okay,
wait,
there's a story.
wait.
And Jaden's totally
There's-
fine with that.
Wait a second. Wait
There
a
is There
second.
is a story, and it was an accident.
Here's a story. But
Okay.
okay.
Man
came
I threw-
pretty.
I threw
What happened?
I threw a supposedly magical rock into a forge. The
Raven
forge
Ranger
exploded.
113 says it's a magical back scratcher. Sorry.
There happened to be a child in the smithy at the time that the forge exploded. Boom. Wasn't my fault.
And you set the house on fire too. In
Yeah, but there's no kids in that house.
there were kids
Oh, so-
nearby though.
It's,
No,
it's
we're
interesting it's interesting to know where your moral judgments lie, Jaden. I must
Listen. Listen.
keep an eye on your level of moral simplicity.
That was an accident, okay? I did not mean to explode a child.
this is his moral compass, not mine.
Lemur is
The
gonna
more you
place
say it,
his
the worse it
Lemur is gonna place his hand on Mazella's shoulder and just say it's enough for one day.
You're right.
So Dave, will you copy paste that in the chat so I can just pop
Sorry,
it
yeah.
into the thing? Cool.
So I think if we're gonna do a rest now and we're gonna do the watches and stuff, I think Mazello and me should go first.
Okay.
Sure.
Fine with
I'm
it.
happy to do that if you wish.
Dave, is any of the two shields that have been identified made of wood?
The shield +1 is primarily wood. Excuse me, is primarily wood with some lead binding.
Would I be able to use it
Yes, you
as
would.
a druid?
Yes, you
So
would.
if
Would.
if nobody else wants it, I will happily take that shield.
Can I run hand that to the mud then if nobody else asks for it?
There's no replacing my shield.
No.
That's what I was thinking, because I mean the only characters who uses shields is me, you, Derek. I think you use a shield.
Yeah.
So it's between the three of us for the two shields. And
Yeah.
I know
Spellguard
for a,
shield. Yeah, the Spellguard shield is polished silver.
yeah, so Lemud would not use that. He would have
Gales
touched
hasn't
that.
evolved high enough to factor the use of shields in yet. He's like, what's the point?
Offense is the best form of defense for scales.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Ren will pocket the diary and he'll try to figure out how to get that open later as well, by the way.
Okay.
Have
He thinks
you
it might be a
mentioned
spell
it
book.
at least?
No, yeah, he said it. He's like, yeah, there's no magic. Is there magic coming off the diary actually?
Is it not the
there's-
keys?
Have you, hold
Yeah.
on.
That
You
was
would
in
have
the
identified it. There is very strong abjuration magic coming from the 3 locks. You would surmise with the identify spell that the only way to open this is to find the 3 keys for it.
Do they match the keys that we used in the doors earlier by any
They
chance?
do not. They're tiny keys. The diary, I'd say, would be the size of a very small prayer book. And the keys would be, I mean, they'd be maybe the size of your thumbnail.
Yeah, that's going to be a pain in the hole to find the keys for. So he shifts through all the coin. There's no keys in there, is there?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Are you investigating the diary?
Yeah, I'll make an investigation check.
Okay.
Would you not be able to dispel it in any way?
I don't have any spell slots right now, but
Jawburger says 3 licks works is fine.
yeah, I'll roll an investigation check there for that. Where is it going?
If 3 licks work, that's an easy
25.
25. As you turn the diary over in your hands, you feel the leather is worn down, and you can see between the three catches that bind this thing shut. Hundreds of years of wear and tear and fingers, moving around and stroking leather and just kind of wear and tear in kind of general. Basically, there was an old inscription in the leather burnt into it. And the leather itself has been worn down so much it's barely perceptible. But you can see with a 25 investigation, what used to be there was Denikstra El Niraz, Artex.
It's her name and it says Artex. Didn't the plant mention that there was a powerful wizard in Artex?
Yeah, and there's also Tingly Num Num.
Yeah, I think the plant might have been talking about the Denikstra, maybe. Like, do we know that was Shane before or after this?
The plant is no more, and you didn't. Shane did not give you.
No, like was Shane, but like was Shane around? Do we know roughly that Shane would have been around before or after Denikstra? Like
Shane would have been around after Denikstra.
Okay, because I remember I got a very good history check to.
So Denikstra and Sir Richard would have been maybe 3,000 to 4,000 years ago.
So history. So it couldn't have been Denikstra because she was a ghosty thing in here. So there must be a different wizard.
Maybe they'll know more. Kind of the thing is about wizards, lifespans aren't as fixed as, that there's ways to circumvent dying with magic.
Aren't you a wizard?
Yeah, I'm not interested in that kind of magic.
So, but if you were, you could live forever?
There are ways. They're not exactly, Mazzellu will
What kind
tell
of
you,
ways?
Lichdom, which is not a thing that I would want to ever do. Ever.
Lichdom.
It's horrible. Lich.
Yes.
Lich.
Yeah. Yeah, that's based... It's really advanced necromancy, and it's some nasty shit that, honestly, it's no sane person that isn't evil would ever attempt. I mean, there's the wish spell.
Necromancy is with the dead people, right?
I mean, no, yeah, that's raising the dead. I mean, that's.
So do you have to lick them then?
No, Scales. I really would advise you don't lick dead things.
Yeah, of course you don't. Well, except when they're food, because that's like
different.
That's different. That's not like
cooked.
licking.
That's cooked dead things. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Don't lick dead things I set on fire.
Scales, there's no real way for a wizard to extend their life without doing something truly evil to obtain it.
I mean, there's probably some way, but
and
none that is.
When Mazzellu says that, Scales flicks his eyes over to Eryxium because the most recent talk of evil was Jaden accusing Eryxium of evil stuff. So he's like,
How old is Eryxium?
Did you lick dead things?
Eryxium's like way across the room. Are you coming over to ask him, or are you sitting in the dome?
I suppose. Okay, maybe not. He asks you, and he's like more like,
Ren
did he lick dead
Ren
things?
cannot leave the dome.
So I don't know, like anyone. I'm just saying that out loud to everyone around me. Is like, did he lick dead things?
No, he didn't. He That wasn't his purpose for what he was doing.
Okay. So basically don't lick dead things unless you want to become a lictum.
No. No. That's I'm going out on a limb and saying that being a lich does not really involve licking corpses.
So you'll never be one. You don't know
I
the
mean,
instead.
I'm guessing it doesn't not involve licking corpses as well.
I would assume it involves a lot more than just that, and I don't know how much Ren would know, but probably some shit to do with your soul, I would assume.
Scales, how much do you know about what happens when you die?
Okay, so when you die, they clean you all up and they put you in your nicest clothes, and then they put you on like a table or something like that, and then everybody comes around and they talk about how nice you were, except sometimes people talk about how not nice you were, but they say it really quietly in corners and stuff. And then they dig a big hole and they put you in it, or sometimes they build a fire and they put you in the fire, and people kind of like say prayers and chant things, and then I don't know really what happens after that, and then everybody like eats and drinks a lot of food.
So that's what happens to the people on the outside. What do you think happens to the person whose funeral it is?
Well, they either get put in the ground, and I guess they get to hear all the nice things and possibly some of the not nice things, I don't know. And then they either burn or they like grow into plants or something.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Some definitely burn.
But I'm assuming you'd understand the purpose of a soul. It's your character, it's your personality, it's your thoughts, it's the things that make you who you are, different to who I am, different to who Ren is. You understand this, right?
Yeah, I'm Scales and you're Mazellus.
Yes. So when you die, Scales' body, as in your physical body, will, as you say, be burnt or put in the ground, depending on your wishes. But your thoughts, your memory, the person inside your brain, that will go on to a different place. If you've done good things during your life, if you've tried to live a good life, a righteous life, you'll go to a place where you're welcomed and loved, and you'll get to meet the people that you may have lost in the past. Whereas if you do bad things in your life, it might be an issue where you just don't go anywhere, or you may even go somewhere worse.
Is that where you go to the burning place?
The hells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the hells. Now,
okay, but what happens what happens, right, if I'm a good Scales and I go to the nice place where I get to welcome everybody and it's nice, but some of the people that I really want to meet weren't as nice and they went to the burning place, will I still get to meet them then?
Probably not.
Question.
Unfortunately, I don't think it quite works like that. I think you would have to leave those people behind.
But I really want to see them.
And I understand this. But as we all should try to do within our lives, we should try to do things for good and not bad. Now this goes back to, again, what Jaden had said about my brother. He has done some horrible things, some things that would usually take him to the fiery place. I am on a journey with him to, as we said to you before, atone for that. When what that means is we're essentially trying to do enough good in the world and for the world where he'll be able to go to the nice place rather than the bad place.
Because you want to be able to see him if you go to the nice place.
If I am so lucky enough to be that person, yes.
So, okay. Well, my mum always used to say, just do nice things and be nice. Is that the same thing? And don't be mean?
Well, I mean, obviously, so if you were to see a sweet young child that had, not hurt anyone, not deliberately been horrible to anyone, and you was to blow them up with a fire from a stone, and they were to pass on, if you did that accidentally, as Ren did accidentally, then he wouldn't necessarily be blamed for that.
Be back in 1 second.
He would, of course, have to, maybe do some extra goods within the world to make sure that he'd secured his place. But if it was a case of he had done it in a deliberate manner to hurt that child and to injure that child, then that's obviously not a good thing.
So is it like you get I don't know, you get pebbles every time you do something good, and then people take your pebbles away. So if you've gotten like all your pebbles taken away, you have to earn them all back?
Yes, okay, so let me put this in a way that you might understand. And he'll like just mark a line on the floor with like the bottom of his heel, and he'll grab a couple of loose rocks if he can. And he'll say, yeah, so this line is you right now in life, okay? If you do good things, that's a good thing. He'll pick up a stone and say, imagine that's a good thing you did. And he'll put it on the right side and he'll say, that's the good side. And he pick up another stone and says, now imagine that this is a bad thing you've done. And he'll put it on the other side. Now imagine if I was to do, or imagine if you did so many bad things that you had, and he'll push all the stones onto the bad side. Now imagine you've done all of these bad things. That's where you'll go. And then he'll push them all to the good side and say, now if you do all these good things, this is where you'll go. So for everything you do good and bad, there is a judgment brought upon you by whoever your deity or creator is that you look to.
And then obviously, there's reasons why only the worst kinds of wizards tend to go for the immortality thing. They tend to fear what's going to happen when they die, so they don't want to die.
Exactly.
So if you do lots and lots of bad things, but then
you go to the bad place.
But then you realize you're going to die soon, so you do lots and lots of good things, you can move all the pebbles across the line.
It depends, because if you're doing it out of just trying to save your ass, then that would also be noted. If you're doing it through if you're doing it through a genuine willingness to be good to people and not just to save yourself, then that would work. Yes.
Maybe. It's all theoretical. I mean, we haven't died, so.
I mean, it's not theoretical when you've actually met a god.
You've met a god?
Well, of course.
I mean, have you met a god, or have you met a god? You know.
Yes, I've met a god.
What god did you meet?
Oh, Bahamut, of course.
Fair enough.
Baha.
Yeah, you could call him that. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Noted. You have met a god. Okay. Ren is looking at Mizelu a little bit like he might be crazy, but at the same time, after all the shit he's seen, he's not fully ruling it out. So he's kind of on the fence of that one.
So as you've all heard now, like I said, that my brother has past indiscretions, but he is genuinely trying to do better. And he is genuinely not trying to get himself on the good side. I think he actually yearns to be punished for what he's done. But he is trying to do good. And as long as I am here, I will help him to try and do that.
Jaden's outside of the dome, right? He's not listening to this, is he?
Can we hear through the dome?
You can, I think, yeah.
Yeah, unless I specify otherwise. Yeah, he's not.
I haven't moved Scales into the dome yet. Should I have?
Yeah, I assumed Scales was sitting there while we were doing the diagram. There was Scales darking all around, and they were doing the line in the sand type of shit.
So where should I place Scales right now?
Whether here
to make it make sense. Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to yourself. I'm just seeing if Jaden's listening because
I
Yeah,
love
no,
how
he's
like
absolutely listening to the conversation. He's not saying
yeah,
anything.
no. If he knows Shane's listening, he's not going to say what I was going to say then.
I love how
It's
like,
nothing bad about
possibly-
Shane. It's just he's trying to play damage control, but he also doesn't want to
Yeah.
be seen to like downplaying Shane. So he's kind of
You mean Jaden?
Jaden. Sorry, yeah. He is definitely downplaying Prince Shane. He does not care about that plant. But, you know.
I mean, to Mazelis, I mean, atonement is something I can definitely understand and support. There are those in this world who would look at me and my kind and call us animals. I mean, in my case, I guess that is half true. But
I'm pretty
maybe
sure
one
most
day that
races would say
perception
the
will
same
change.
about humans. Humans aren't exactly squeaky clean either. You know, we just seem to think we're the righteous.
Everyone messes up. I think that's the point. It's not the fact that you mess up. It's the fact that you're trying not to mess up.
So, I don't know what your brother did, but he's seemingly genuinely trying to make a change, and I'm willing to take you guys at face value for that. Don't know about Jaden, and Ren will kind of nod backwards towards him. He's obviously seen something or knows something from, I'm assuming, the transfer of the glaive or some shit. But just
Put it
you
this
know,
way: I would ensure that no harm would come to him from you, as much as I would ensure that you would have no harm from him.
what I'm trying to say is, as long as you guys have our back, I'll have yours, but I also have to have his, because he's been with us a lot longer. I know he's fucked off numerous times. He has his shit. We don't know what it is. Really, he's kind of explained it a little bit, but not fully. But just know that, you know, we don't. I don't want to start a fight between you and your brother. And I suppose Derek, are you with these guys, or you were just there at the same time, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we met up with this fine dwarf.
Yeah. So I
And
mean,
he said that as a fine dwarf, not fine cleric, just in case. Like,
yeah. So I suppose that's enough. You know, talking about life and death and shit for one night. I don't know about you guys. I fell. Well, no, I do know about you guys. We all fell 90 feet up and then 90 feet back down. My
Yeah, that
everything
hurts.
hurts. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, why
That's
can't you
right.
do that?
Orixium,
B.
as you stare into the dwindling embers of the brazier, you hear a voice inside your head that you haven't heard in a long, long time. Orixium, my boy. I haven't forgotten about you. Just as you haven't forgotten about me. I'm always here. And I always will be. You feel that striking and somewhat terrifying sensation down your back, and up the back of your neck and into your head. You always felt when she spoke to you.
He feels like he should respond, but can't.
Yeah, and as you feel that way, you feel as if someone parted the trees while it was raining, and a brief shower of radiant drops, silver ones, platinum ones, wash over you, and the voice is gone. Frighteningly, though, this is the first time you've heard that voice since you turned away from her, and since you gained the protection of the Platinum Dragon.
Open the door.
Is it okay for my brother to be with us in here, or will I stay outside?
I mean, I only put this up for comfort more than anything. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume we're safe at this stage. We have cleared this place out, but it's up to you guys. I mean, I'm not getting involved.
Okay, let's do watches. Who's doing what watches?
Gales and Mazellus are going first.
Okay. So 3 watches should do it with 7 with 7 party members, 7 heroes, as it were.
If Eryxion was to stay outside of the dome, I think I would as well. So I would probably be outside doing the watch. So if Scales wanted to do the watch for me, that's fine. But just that I'd be outside.
Okay.
I can take second watch.
I'll join on the second watch.
Could,
I'll take last.
could we possibly put Ren's dome of protection to the background or something? Because I keep grabbing
Oh,
it.
yeah,
when I
yeah.
try to,
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
move myself either.
Yeah.
How's that now?
I think.
Yeah, that's better.
No, I'm still moving it. Hang on. Maybe I can grab myself though. Hang on.
It's just the Sony torches there, Scales.
There is that, and if I can't grab me and the torches, how am I supposed to get the torches
if
out?
you just, oh, sorry, yeah, it
One
should be
torch.
to back.
Me.
I've
Do you know
set it to
what?
back.
Do you know what I'd love to make for Scales? Is the
For
thing that I've
some
got
reason,
for
the torches
Coriarkin.
are always on top of Scales
Oh
as
no,
well.
shit. Okay, I've moved it to the map layer. Give me 1 second there. Oh, it seems to have gone.
This is saying Dave and
Just
Stephen and
Dave, just right
It's-
on Dave on the map layer. Right click on your map and say move to back.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Map of background to back. There it is. Okay, so how's that now? Can we all see? Can we all move?
Yep.
Fucking lovely. Okay. Thank you, John.
Sorry,
Okay.
annoying as the torches are, Scales has never given up his torches.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. That's totally fine. Okay, so Scales is going to go and join Mazelu for the first watch. What happens? Do you want to discuss anything?
Scales in.
Sorry,
Eight.
Raven's Ranger says Scales is always in the torches because she's the brightest one of the bunch. Scales is a he, but yeah.
Scales is a he, but I'm a she.
Yeah.
But there we go. So Scales is doing a really poor job of trying to be discreet.
Okay.
Like he clearly wants to talk about something, but he's clearly watching every so often, like really watching the others to see if they're going to fall asleep so that he can
Yep.
talk to Mazellus about something. So,
Okay.
you know, his leg is hopping. He's kind of like sketchily watching what's going on.
Bless from solo for Jaden.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So you begin to hear the sounds of heavy snoring from different parts of the room, and you know, you give it that maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes as people fall in and out of sleep and then eventually just drift off, and you feel now's the time.
I'm going to take out a ration and like kind of crack it in half and offer some to Scales.
What is it? Is it trail bread or is it like pocket bacon or?
I guess it's going to become some
Some kind of a baked good.
Yeah, it's going to be like a
Limbus.
like an MRE thing. So it's like a prepacked pastry kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
It's still a pastry, so it's
Yeah,
like,
it smells
Yeah.
sweet and sticky and delicious.
Because this
Yeah.
would be a ration from her Artax as well. So it would be kind of good goods. It wouldn't be just cheap
Yeah.
shite.
Scales is gonna munch into that like super happily, and then he's gonna be like munching it and like licking his fingers, and he's gonna be like, you know, he checks. Yeah, no, they're asleep, and he's like, so, yeah, woo, so. And it's really awkward, and he stutters a couple of times, and he's trying to work himself up to saying it because it feels like it's an awkward thing to ask, but he's like, and then he eventually just blurts it out, like, because he just doesn't know how to do it. And he's like,
Yeah.
so you did a spell and then lots of dragon boards came out.
Yes.
What was that?
Well, it was my guardians, my I don't quite know how to explain, but in times when I'm surrounded by enemies. I have the power to draw upon the souls, the spirits of fallen warriors who guard me from too much danger and damage.
We'll say this is the first time they ever took the form of Dragonborn.
So yeah, Scales' next question, are they always Dragonborn?
I'll say that with my ability growing, they've been adapting their form of Dragonborns within the Platinum Dragon's armor. That's kind of new.
And so they've not been Dragonborns before?
Honestly, I kind of just saw them as faceless. There was no form to them. There was, they looked human in the sense of 2 arms, 2 legs, but I never really saw a face upon them until meeting you.
And were you always doing that spell for the dragon god?
I have done that spell many times before. As I said, though, it would usually have been faceless.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you'd done it on purpose so they were Dragonborns.
But they've always been soldiers within, the Platinum Dragon's image in the sense of the armor, the same as I'm wearing here in front of you now, but they never had a face to them until now.
And Scales just kind of like shuffles a little bit, and he's looking awkward, and he's like, do you know what happened to the Dragonborn?
It's a good question, DM. Do I?
There's talk of an event, especially in the Church of Bahamut. There's talk of an event thousands upon thousands of years ago that wiped out the entire Dragonborn race. That's all you know. It's just called the event.
And that's the information I'll relay to Scales.
And Scales will just go, oh.
It does. What you saw, Scales, though, it does make you think of that.
Yeah, and Scales is going to say there was a purple crystal and they turned it black and then they killed them all, I think. But I don't know why.
How do you know this?
I saw it in a dream. I guess it was a dream, but so sometimes when we're fighting and I get angry and I get really focused on the fight, and kind of recently when that happens, lots of Dragonborns kind of pop up, and like sometimes they're riding bicycles, and sometimes they're eating ice cream or tingly num-nums, and sometimes they're like farming and baking bread and stuff, or being in school. But then they stop doing that, and then they help me fight, and they help all my friends fight. And one of them, in my dream, they made it like everything went backwards, and then I saw there was this cave, and there was lots of people fighting, and then they killed them all, but they had this big purple crystal that was like a flower, I suppose, and then it was purple and they turned it black. But I haven't found any purple or black stones that seem the same since. But I don't.
Did you see who did this?
There was an army, and there was guys, and they were in like cloaks and hoods and stuff, and they were they were like chanting prayers and things, and then they killed her, and then this light went up into the sky, and then it went down all over the land, and all these like lights went out. And they had their when they were fighting, their armor, it looked kind of like what the king's, the bad guy Valder and his men wear, but not the same. Kind of the same.
That's as much, because I do remember you rolled not great on your history check. That's as much as you're allowed to give them.
It's all very muddled.
Yeah.
Is this kind of, ringing like a ding, ding, ding in my head to other stuff that I already know?
I don't know what you're
saying about
to.
hooded. She was saying about hooded people.
No.
This is something different.
This is something completely different. Yeah.
Well,
but I don't know
if
why.
You wish, I'll.
I don't know why they did that though. Like, why would they do that? And why aren't, like, I'm here, so why aren't there more like me?
I can't.
Well, I'm here. And you were able to bring the ghost people who looked like me. So,
but so
I thought maybe you would know.
You're able to do that as well.
But I think that's because there may be people who were like my family and my family's family and stuff like that, all back through the past.
So, we were just having that conversation about, when you die, you're able to see the ones you love and the people that you respect and stuff.
So do you think I'll get to ride bicycles and do farming and have the icy num-nums too?
Absolutely. If you're to lead that life and you go to the good place, as Ren so coined it, then the idea is that it's everything that's perfect for you. If that's what you enjoy, then that's what you'll do.
Well, I think I'd like to do all the things that they were doing when they first came out, and then they even got to do fighting too. So that was pretty good.
I can't say I know what happened, but I can say that, it's no secret that I worship a dragon. And
do you think they worshipped a dragon too? Was their god your god, do you think? Do people all have gods and stuff?
Not everyone. That doesn't mean the gods aren't looking after them, though. But then, to counteract that, as many good gods, there are also bad ones.
There's bad gods. Okay. Is the dragon god a good god or a bad god?
My dragon god is a good god. Well, for the simplistic sense, he would be considered a good god. Yes.
Well, that's good then.
And I think you seeing these remnants, these ghosts that are coming through and helping you, I think that's shown you glimpses of who they were in the past, possibly. These people, although they might not be here in physicality, they're still helping you. And I think, considering you put it this way, I've been around for a very long time at this point, and you are the first of your kind I've ever met. And honestly, I never believed that it would ever be possible. As a worshipper of Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, I can't ignore this and say that I don't think this was meant to happen. I think whatever happened that day, the stone you saw that turned from purple to black to wipe out your kind, I dare say that was done so that somebody could rid you all of the land and get their own way. The fact that you're here right now with us is a testament that they still haven't achieved their goal. And as
Because
far
I'm
as-
here.
Because you're here, exactly. So please don't take mine and my brother's attention as a fixation so much as we believe you're to be guarded. And I didn't even
okay.
know about you until today.
All the time people stare. That's okay. My mum always said, and my dad too, he just said, and she said, you just have to keep on being you and don't worry about when they're staring at you. So that's okay. You can stare if you want to, but you probably should get used to me because I'm here all the time and you're here now too. So, yeah.
Well, listen, I will tell you that the only reason for my staring is because I believe you're a true miracle, Scales. Not so much in what you may do in your life, but the fact that you're here, I think, is a wonderful thing.
Okay. Well, maybe when we go to Artex, after the Tingly Num Num, you could help me with the maybe trying to find out what happened.
Okay, I'll happily do
Robert
so.
was going to, but Robert had to go away, I guess. And I don't know how to do, like, I went to school for a bit, but then I wasn't very good, and I did the more farming because I was better at that. So I don't really know how to do the stuff when there's lots of books and things. But maybe you and I think Ren could probably help me too, because he has like lots of books and stuff.
I will, of course, help you. I would be happy to. Now, as regards to the Tingly Num Num, as you call it,
yeah.
Which flavor do you like?
No, I've never had Tingly Num Num, but I've heard about it. And I like milk. And sometimes my mum would put like something in the milk and it would be like the chocolate, and it was really nice. So I'm hoping that maybe there's a chocolate one, or maybe one that tastes like a donut. That would be awesome.
Well, let me tell you right now, okay? There is at least 4 different flavors for you to try, and there is also going to be definitely pastries for you to try. And I would happily take you along and purchase some for you.
Excellent. Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All
I
right.
can't wait to get to Artex.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
So, can I get a perception check from Scales and Mazzello, please? At disadvantage, given how deep in conversation you are.
Yeah, Scales was doing absolutely nothing to try and perceive anything.
18.
8.
18. Mazzello, you hear a whispering from the well. And it's gone.
Did it sound like her?
Denixtra?
Yeah.
Nope. Let me roll a history check to see if you recognize the voice. You get a nat 20. Oh, no, okay. No idea.
Tingly Num Num.
Okay, if that's it for your watch, then let's move on to Lamud and 2.
Derek.
Me and Derek.
Okay. Anything you'd like to accomplish?
Very quickly, as I
Yep.
wake Lamud up, I would mention I heard noises from the well, but wasn't sure what, so just be careful.
Okay.
But I'll pass that along to Derek as well.
All right. Lamud and Derek, anything you'd like to accomplish?
Derek just wants to ask Lamud, like, previously we talked about, you asked me about the diamonds. What do you do with the diamond? What can you do with it?
I mean, in essence, basically what you do with it, although through a more natural means.
But because I'm going to trust you to give, I'm going to give you a diamond. You have one and I have one. If somebody goes down and we need to revive, then we both can see if we can help.
Whoever's closest at the point.
We only have a few minutes.
Agree. But I think the major thing for the next couple of days at least, and as much as I hate to say it, is going to be to keep an eye on Jaden.
That was a quite an interesting story. It's like left, right, left, right. I don't know what's going on. What's...
You see, the thing for me is I've never seen... I mean, I've seen Jaden in combat many times now, but I have never seen him so quick to jump on the defensive. He's more of a push forward kind of fighter, if I can call him that. And for him to be riled up like that, something definitely happened. So let's just say I'm cautious, maybe a little bit afraid that something might happen in future. So if you wouldn't mind also just keeping an eye out, I would appreciate that.
I'll check. Can't promise anything. Hopefully it's not a grave mistake to do it.
I'm going to chuckle at that a bit.
Yeah. Grave cleric. I like it.
Well, we have maybe to check that sounds that Mazilla's hurt.
Oh, I'm not going close to that well. You're welcome to do it.
I have...
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So while Derek is like walking towards the well, he is going to cast Eyes of the Grave just to make sure.
What did I say the depth of the well was?
You didn't.
No, I think I did. I think I said it was 60 feet.
60 foot.
I thought that was the other thing.
Yeah, it was more than 60 feet, but it was under 120 because Oryxium could see down it.
You could see the bottom.
Okay, so within 60 feet, you detect nothing.
Damn it.
There's something there, but you just can't see it. That's what that means.
Like,
60 feet, Arctic. Oh, Arctic Trooper says it was 60 feet. I thought it was too. It map says 90. 90 was the ceiling. So we'll say 60 feet. There is a strong residual. Well, let's just say it was 60 feet because I'm going to give this to you because I want to give it to you. There's a strong residual. Mr. Arberger says 9,000 feet. There's a strong residual sense of the most terrifying and the most potent sense of undead you've ever felt in your life. And you've been around skeletons, zombies, wights, wraiths, all these kind of things. Whereas the sense of everything that you've been around before stirred anger in your heart and your soul. Made your hands clutch around your weapon all the harder. This chills you to the bone. And you get a fight or flight in your stomach. You get a fight or flight in your heart. Your hand goes to the top of your chest as you feel second chest pains. And then it's gone. Either something terribly powerful was down here, or the remnants of something terribly powerful and undead was down that well. It's no longer there, but it left a trail. It left a signature.
And I don't know what type it is or anything.
Nope. It's not there anymore. It's just the residual energy of it.
Oh, okay.
R2 Trooper says, time to zip zop scoobity bop out of there.
Yep.
Don't go down the well. I think that's safe to say.
Derek will slowly like walk backwards and just keep an eye on that well.
Back away, not today. Disco lady.
Back in the dome.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's the end of your. Or is there anything else you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah,
with
I
your
would just
watch?
say, I would just tell Lamut like there is something really bad down there. Really
There
evil.
was something really
Yeah,
bad.
there
down
was.
there,
Yeah, there was. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there was something really bad down there, and it's gone. So, don't know if he will be back.
Raven Ranger 113 says someone had black beans for lunch. Indeed. Okay, moving on. The third and final watch. Who's taking it?
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Jaden,
I'll
and who?
join in on that. I'll get it on
Okay.
that.
In or out of the dome?
In the dome.
In the dome.
So yeah.
Two men
Seems
enter.
out.
One man leave. One man leaves. Okay, cool. So you're going to take the watch with Ren. Anything you'd like to accomplish between the two of you?
Ren's just gonna simply ask, "The fuck did you see?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
That bad?"
That bad.
Well, well,
And you, if you don't mind, would you keep an eye on the door? And he's going to set himself up to watch in the northeast corner of the room. Just settle in to keep an eye in that direction.
Jaden, you set you take off your quick release backpack and you set it behind you, as you've done so many times before, and use it to prop yourself up. You feel sleep calling to you, but there's not even a consideration of that right now. You are too wound up and too on edge for this.
Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to say the other thing he's going to do is he's going to reach down and pick up one of those stones that Mazelis was discussing, balance and weighing and both sides of the weighing scales, and just pick up one of them and pocket it.
Yeah, Ren's done what he felt like he had to do.
I can't wait till that comes back out of the pocket. Okay, amazing. Anything else you guys would like to do?
You're gonna freaking curse me or something, are you?
Did Derek and Lamud mention the well? I assume they would have.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, Ren will he'll watch the door every now and again, he'll look back towards the well. That's that for the night. He'll start cooking some rations just before the end of the watch.
Ren.
I feel like I might have been right in the Discord chat.
As Jaden seems hyper focused on what's going on in the northeast, your eyes close for a second. You do one of these. You snap back, like you kind of snap yourself together. You hear a voice in your head. I can grant you unlimited power. It seems to flow with the breeze. And you can see by the torch here, there's a cross breeze that comes in through this door here, and just seems to flow towards the well. For a second, you're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake! I did not just hear that." And then it's gone.
Is that did I get that same feeling as when I touched the mind of whatever was flitting around during that sport rest? That feeling of that void that I've stared into it too long. Back before we went into the Nixter fight, Ren heard of whispering in the air, and then he did the telepathy thing.
Oh, this is
different.
Very different. And for a split second, as you listen to it, the latest equations and things that you've been focusing on and hyper focusing on for a split second, they all unravel. And you see with terrifying and exciting clarity all those things that were in the tip of your mind, and then they're gone.
For a second, Ren starts to like weaken the like shield he puts up around his mind when he's not using telepathy. Then he looks back towards, like he looks around him. Walls back up.
With the
Nice
power
dog.
I possess.
He's ignoring it for now, but it's playing in the back of his mind.
Yeah,
He's intrigued.
indeed. Is that it for you guys?
Yep.
I'll take a perception check at disadvantage from the two of you.
Nice.
That's
Ooh, 15.
that one.
15. You hear Jaden. Something like a young lady's singing voice from further down here. All the way down through the double doors. And then it's gone. And you do get a serious vibe of fuck that.
No need to go searching in the dark to see what that was.
Arctic Trooper says, do you want to become a lich? That's how you become a lich.
Yeah, that's how you
That
become
does
a
it. Buzz
lich.
says, or get lich slapped. So with that, you have a full long rest. That's where we're going to take our break, and everyone levels up to level 7.
Woo! Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, dun. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks everyone for sticking with us.
Thank you, guys.
And we will talk to you soon. Okay, thanks for sticking with us, gang, and you're welcome back. One thing I forgot to read out at the start of the stream tonight is the details for AthVentureCon. Adventure awaits at AthVentureCon, tabletop roleplay game convention in Athenry, County Galway, on Saturday, 25th of February. This event will be a fundraiser for Athenry Adventures RPG Club, a youth club affiliated with Youth Work Ireland Galway. There'll be dozens of TTRPGs available to play, with GMs who have travelled from all across the country to attend. There will be many gaming systems on offer, including Dungeons & Dragons, Scion, GURPS, Call of Cthulhu, Retrospect, and Dread. And looking forward to poking my nose into the Retrospect game, because that's our very own Mark. DM Mark, who's created that one. There'll also be talks, demonstrations, vendors, crafters, and a raffle. So tickets are at AthVentureCon.ie to get your tickets, and we'll see you there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be running Operation Aberration, so you grab your tickets. The table selection will be open tomorrow, I think. So that's it. And thanks for sticking with us. We're back. So I do believe everyone leveled up to level 7. So we have a level 7 party now. As you wake up in the morning, I do believe your little orb dome is gone. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Ren?
Yep. Oh yeah, Ren's. Yeah, sorry. The dome's gone.
Okay, so the dome is gone. What would you like to do now? Everyone is at full hit points. You've got the benefits of a long rest, and we're good to go. Where are we going to go?
Scales does his usual wake up routine where he like slowly uncurls and then stretches, and all his claws kind of like do their little extension at the end of his, and he's like, oh yeah, and his toes do through the foot or through the claw holes he's gouged in his little booties. They like do their little like flex. And then he like cracks his back, and then he sits up and he's like, oh yeah, here we go, another day.
Yeah, Ren does his normal morning routine of just casting prestidigitation on the entire party, and then stands up and he's like, right,
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get out of here.
As Lamud wakes up, Dave, I owe you a wisdom save.
You do indeed. I would like to see it now. 15. Okay, 15. Good to know. All right. So what's the plan? You're going to head up to the very top of the of this corrupted graveyard?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
What's the plan? Okay, so if unless anyone wants to do something else, I'm going to fucking torches. I'm going to gather you.
Before we go, like Scales is going to sort of say, so if we're going back now and we have all the stone things, what are we doing with them now? Oh, there's still one more to get. No, wait, that's the one that he has.
No, Baldur has 2. We have 1. We know the location of the other one.
So what are we going to do now?
To be honest, I suppose we should probably
go get the other one.
So Valder has 2.
Braytek has 1.
Braytek has 1. That's 3. You have 1. That's 4. And the 5th one, I thought Valder had 3.
He might have. You said this was the last one.
Let me just double check.
Who was on and you just gave him one?
You guys gave him one, yeah. So you gave him the one. So the first seal has been found by Valder and is in their possession. The second seal is above the bar in the Thirsty Troll Inn. So that's
the one that has that.
They got that. The third seal has been made into a shield by the Dwarven Druid Braytek, which is still there. The fourth seal has been buried in a yes, that's Nixtra, and the 5th seal is in possession of the witch, the hag,
which we gave to him to get out of jail free.
Okay, so he has 3. Then, so
we have 1 and Braytek has 1.
Yeah, no, you have 1 and Braytek has 4. Sorry, no, you have 3 and Braytek has 1. Sorry, my brain is not working. So you guys
have 3, we have 1, and Braytek has 1.
That's right, yeah. Valder has 3, you have 1, and Braytek has 1. That's it. Okay,
logically, we only need 1 to stop Valder from getting what he wants, and that's why Ryan has shoved it in the bag of holding. Because
Breakfast 13 says, did I miss anything important? Just a whole load of lore, that's it. Okay, so are you heading to the graveyard, is that it?
Yeah, we're going to head up.
Yep.
Hey.
Back up through.
All right, so you make your way through all of the nasty dungeons that you've completed.
Scale still does have his crown that only has 1 stone left in it or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, we didn't put it back.
Yeah.
Well, he's been wearing it the whole time, so yep.
May as well keep
Second
it.
now.
So
Needs to win.
as we are walking back up to the graveyard, Lamud is going to pass the diamond that Derek gave to him to Mazelis and just tell him that chances are you're going to use this more than me.
There's a bag of diamond dust that helps you do these as well.
I
Give me a
haven't
second
yet
now.
prepared, but I will. I'll make sure to get it ready in case. Thank you, my friend.
Well, last time I did this, it didn't pan out 100%.
That's a conversation we'll have another day.
Okay, I'm going to move you over to the crypt.
What? Oh yeah, there's Jaden and Oz walking barefoot as well, aren't they?
Yeah, a few of you have lost your boots because of the acid trap. So, as you emerge from the tomb, the crypt of Denistra, into this, into the world above, it is just after dawn. There's a film of dew and moisture that has covered everything in this mausoleum. A cold breeze drifts through. What would you like to do?
Rixium's just going to start walking for the door.
Okay.
Ren
you
is
can
going
walk straight out.
to look for signs of Robert.
Okay. I would say you can move out and make a survival check.
Just to see if there's any signs of a scuffle, because Ren has been suspicious
no
about
problem.
that since the start.
I want to move the statue so that this stairway shuts up again.
You could certainly do that. And with a
Survival, is it?
grinding, yep, and with a grinding sound, slides shut with a puff of dust.
Scales is going to take a moment in the light from the stained glass window just to appreciate how the different lighting level makes it look before he realizes all the rest have gone, and then he kind of like hurries to follow them.
Okay.
As Lamud
18.
steps out, he's just taking a deep breath and, just sighs to himself, happy to be above ground and seeing plants again. Even though they might be dead and gnarled.
You're going to whisper something to him.
Yeah.
On roll 20.
Cool.
I see dead people.
Well, we all do around here.
Walking around like normal people.
Is the statue still the same, by the way, Dave?
Yep.
No, the one in the fountain.
Yep.
Yeah, the
The one
arm
Rixie
Are all the
circle
arms
thing.
still in
Yeah,
the same position?
several arms hanging off.
How many new arms has it grown?
None yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you still have a vial of water from that, actually. Jesus.
Drink it.
Nope.
Drink
Fucking
it.
That is for poisoning somebody with to fuck with them.
Like it.
Yeah, so
Poison if you haven't tasted it first.
well, I identified it, and it told me that if anything consumed it, it would start sprouting random arms and limbs. That would not work.
Like is it Krishna with all the arms? Or is it- yeah, that could be handy in a fight,
No,
You
they
can
don't.
definitely wield multiple
No,
weapons.
I have it.
So
I
it's
have it in my notes.
it's
They don't work.
Lamud,
Ish, isn't
it's
it?
not too extreme. It's just it's a little bit annoying. Okay.
Did I see anything with an 18, by the way, Dave? On the survival?
18. Yes, you do. Some tracks lead out, and
one
they
set?
head. Some tracks would lead out, and I'm gonna ping you this way. The way you came.
Just the one.
Yes.
So it looks like he just took off and ran.
They're not running tracks.
He just
Looks like
left.
he strode off with a purposeful stride. So
There you go. It's just the only fresh tracks around here is one set. Looks like Robert just left.
Your
would you like to do?
friends have a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
well, he did have, didn't he have a new book to send to his publishers?
I mean, yeah.
Publishers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he just got scared, I guess. Fuck it.
Maybe.
He's gone. It's been days, he's gone. No point in going. If he wanted to be anywhere, he would be. We won't find him.
Maybe he'll return like your other friend did here.
Maybe.
Well, he didn't say he was just going for a little walk and he was going to be back. Like Jaden.
No, he just went to get Erixium and then didn't come back.
He
with
just went away. So that's different.
Maybe he just wanted some peace and quiet.
Then he should take up farming.
I've gone over to this door because we didn't check out this room. I just want to hear if I see any, if there's anything in there moving or anything I should be worried
Okay, give
about.
me a perception check.
Just on the way out, kind of just making sure the whole place is cleared out. 11.
Seems quiet.
So where to now?
Tingly Num Num?
Artex? We're back to the temple.
I owe you some ice cream, don't I? Let's go.
Yeah.
But fuck it, I don't want it. We have the stone. Once we get out of here, get far enough away, you won't find it.
Okay, the way to Artax would be out of this graveyard, or cemetery, and there's another Jaden
Down the road.
Down the road until you hit Braytax Grove, and then you would head west.
It's not been and check on Braytac on the way back, I suppose. See if he's still there. We don't know if Balder caught him. He's a druid, dwarf. Kind of pissed off at the world, it seems, a little bit.
So the journey, unless there's something else you want to do here, I'm going to fast forward you to Braytax Grove.
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing specific.
I'm going to move you over here.
No more suspicious meerkats?
Yeah.
None yet. No, I'm gonna gather you all up.
Just as we're arriving at Braytex Grove, though, so literally as we're arriving, Scales is just gonna have a moment where before we kind of like get there, literally before, he's like, "Do you guys think he's gonna be happy to see us?"
Nope.
Okay.
Do you all just piss off everyone you come in
Oh, we
contact
didn't
with?
piss him off.
Okay.
And then and Scale says kind of like to Mazelis in it, and he's trying to whisper but failing spectacularly. Braytac is like a little bit crazy, I think. He's very Braytac.
Arctic Trooper says, I see dead people. We all do around here.
Okay. 7 of them.
I'm going to move you all to the Druid Grove, and I want you not to do anything.
I'm running around.
Is everything on fire?
I'm going to move you all up to about here.
Oh, geez. With the way the map was zoomed, I saw something.
Yeah. So, my friends, as you arrive in Braytax Grove, after a full night's sleep, the journey's about a day and a half. You see a figure, 2 figures, standing on the bridge above the trees. You can move in further if you wish to get a good
Do
look.
we recognize those figures?
You do.
Is it Valder and
The familiar
Wraith?
Shift Z. Familiar figure of Valder and Wraith.
And they're standing on the bridge.
They're standing on the bridge, and you see.
Do we see Braytech anywhere?
Well done. It seems you've done. My minions couldn't. You've gone and fetched me the 4th rune key. Bring it here. Bring
Firebolt.
it here.
Right at the bridge. I'm lighting that shit on fire.
Do I know these? If they're from Artex?
They're not from Artex.
And they're not known around Artex. Okay.
That's a fucking nat one.
It sails
I
harmlessly.
was gonna
wide.
say, like, it's a bit retconning now because it's been rolled, but like as Ren goes to do this, Scaled for once is going to actually try and grab him and stop him.
Yeah,
and
well,
be
that's
the
what happens.
Voice of reason.
Yeah.
And be like,
And
no, don't.
Yeah, that's exactly why that he rolled a 1. Because you just slap the
Fireball.
hand, that like the hand down, and the fireball just detonates there into the ground. And Valor's like, now. Don't
We're not giving you.
Don't
giving
you
you
want to see your diminutive friend again? Wouldn't you like
What?
to see
Lem-
Braytac again?
Oh,
Look,
Braytac.
Lamud
Okay,
is gonna
that's who you meant.
Step forward and just say, "Where is he?"
He's safe. For now.
But where is he? Because he's not here.
Yeah, I don't trust the word this guy says.
Valder just, and he looks at Lamud and he goes, "Why don't you tell him? I'm sure by now you get it."
I need to see that he is safe.
He's safe in Temple Town. You have my word.
Insight.
Yeah. You can roll with advantage because
All of us are
I am-
inciting him at the same time.
I am definitely rolling with advantage. 16.
16, yeah. I mean, he's like, his hands aren't even on his weapons. He is telling the absolute truth.
Ren is gonna think in the direction of Jaden and just like connect that mental link. And he's gonna be like, "What's the plan?"
Has anyone got a passive perception of 15 or more?
Yes.
Nope.
Before
no.
you do the passive perception though, like when he says he's in Templetown, Scales is just going to call back up and be like, "Why would he be in Templetown? He doesn't like towns."
You're studiously ignored.
Who the fuck is that? No, it's on the
I
scouts.
believe we have been introduced, sir. What is your name?
Oh, it seems you have picked up some stragglers. Greetings, my friend. My name is Valda. I travel with the authority of King Gregor himself.
And he doesn't like donuts.
I work, quiet you. I work with the authority of the crown. The mantle of authority on my shoulders.
Well, Valder, with the authority of the crown, were you not given a surname, or are you like an orphan? Only have one.
Valda is all you need to know. Wraith. Here, the huge Goliath, wielding the long glaive, shifts to Valder's side, and you can see the wind blowing Valder's hair from southwest to southeast, yet the long white plume that hangs off Wraith's glaive just seems to drift in the opposite direction of the wind. Wraith holds out his glaive and points it straight to Jaden. And then just sit back down.
Scales is gonna, in the midst of all this staring off between the two glaive wielders, just call back up and go, "How do you even hold Braytac in Templetown? Like, he's a wily guy. He isn't, like, he's in the wild all the time. He doesn't like the town. Like, how would you even keep him in Templetown?"
Scales, they've clearly captured him.
Our means, our ways and means. Somebody put a muzzle on this boy.
Somebody's going to put a muzzle on you if you speak.
I bet
to him
you
like that
locked
again.
him. I bet you locked him in that church thing with the basement and the stuff.
How
Yeah,
very
that,
astute.
that mirror we smashed, yeah, I'd say that set you back a while.
It's not gone forgotten. Here's my deal for you.
We're not making a deal, Valder. You're not getting the stone.
Is it common for you to antagonize people as they talk to you, Ren?
Here's the deal. You go beneath the temple for us. You retrieve what's down there. You bring it out to me. And I release your smelly dwarven friend.
But I thought you said he was in beneath the temple.
That's the church she means in Templetown. Not the temple with the, creepy things behind the fence.
Oh, with the creepy things behind the fence.
Yep.
That's not the same. That's not in Templetown, though. Why would Braytech be there?
He's not there. He's in.
So wait, okay, so Braytech is in the creepy basement beneath the church in Templetown.
Yes.
But
And
he
dipshit up there
wants us
wants
to
us to
go
go into the temple.
to the creepy temple with the weird, creepy things. Is that right?
Yes.
And when he says, is that right, he looks up at Valder for that.
Valder's just there with his head in his hands.
Excuse me, Valda, was it? But
Yes.
We have a date with some tingly num-nums, so move aside. We'll head away. And you can go about the rest of your day as you wish.
No. Wait. Tingly num-nums are important. But I just want to really understand. Braytech is in the basement below the temple-y church in Templetown, but the temple he's talking about is the temple with the creepy thing. Am I right on all of that?
Yep.
Scales is intentionally trying to piss Valder off, isn't he?
No, I'm not even going to say
I
what
can't tell if
Scales is trying to
doing this on
do.
purpose.
Scales is trying to get Balder to confirm that Scales' understanding of what's going on is right. Like that's the situation. So, Braytech is in the creepy basement below the temple churchy thing in Templetown, but the temple you're talking about is the temple with the creepy things that's not in Templetown.
There is no answer.
Well, I don't even know what he wants us to do, so we should just go with the tingly num-nums.
Lemur is just going to look, while keeping his eyes on Valder, kind of whisper to Mazelis and say that we do owe Braytech a lot.
As a point of clarification.
Fight or flee?
Sorry, say again?
He whispers back to you. So fight or flee? You tell me.
In this case. And, well, is Mazelis the only one who has noticed what I'm assuming are archers?
Yep.
Yeah.
I assume we probably
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they once Mazelu cops them, they make themselves very obvious.
So, in this situation, I think that might be foolish.
And they all seem to have longbows drawn and knocked.
I say play for time for now.
Very well. What is your decision?
Lumut's just gonna look back at everyone else, just try to gauge, with a look, what they feel.
Are we
Ren's ready to
traveling
fight.
to the temple
And
then?
If you want, tell us which temple we're going to. Like, do you want us to rescue Braytech from the basement of the temple in Templetown? Or do you want
Somebody
us to go to the
shut
other
him
temple?
up!
Down here and do it yourself.
As a point of clarification, would it perhaps be that your second name is Valder and you prefer to go by that? Would your first name be such as Philip?
Philip Valder?
I think he looks more
Very
like
well.
a Greg.
Greg
You have
Valder.
made your decision. Have you any last final words to say to your dwarven friend before he breathes his last breath? I'm done with you.
So wait, is
I
he
shall
here?
Return. I shall return for your heads. Is that it?
Gales is super confused because he has no idea. Is Braytek here or not? He's like,
Ren,
what?
Ren is
I think
just
it's
gonna
been
think
explained to
Scales.
Scales that Braytek
Yeah.
is in that like is under the church. I think at
They
this
haven't
stage it's
capped
fairly
it and
obvious.
want us to get the stone.
Yeah, so I mean, Voldo wants us to go underneath the temple and find whatever's there and bring
The
it.
temple, like high in the mountains, and wants you to find whatever's there.
Okay.
That's not the one we've just been to. This is
No.
a different-
No,
No,
this is the
Rejects.
actual temple down temple. Where
Do you
Braytek-
wish
have to
to
do it.
save your ally?
Yes.
Yes.
Then we go to the temple. Yes?
Yes.
If I
Yes.
am welcome.
I don't think any of us are welcome.
He was more directing that towards Jaden.
hmm
No, right.
You didn't answer that intentionally.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, then Lamud will look back at Voldo and say that we have an accord, but if you harm one hair on Braytek's head, I will personally rip out your throat.
I believe you.
And there's just a hint of a glint in Lamud's eye of a yellow flash, kind of like a cat's eye.
Okay. Very well. It seems we are travel buddies for a day.
Are you coming with us?
Oh, I'll be there to oversee the festivities.
Just make sure you camp downwind.
Are you gonna fight with us?
I highly doubt that, Scales.
Anything else you'd like to do before we travel to the temple?
No.
On
Can
the travel, sorry, just throws out that
Yeah.
Orixium will be trying to constantly stay within earshot of Valder and just listen to him. To his mannerisms, to his speech patterns, to the slight accent he has.
Okay, 1 second now. Why is it? It's not working.
In
Move you all to the
unintentional
temple.
assist to Erexium, Scales is probably going to bother Balder the entire way
Are we there
with
yet? Are we there yet?
stupid,
Are we there?
stupid questions.
Lamud is going to make no effort to stop Scales at all.
You
Oh,
are
yeah.
studiously ignored. And
Is he even grinding his teeth though a bit?
no, I think he's pretty much figured out what you're about. And he's just, you don't get close enough to really sort of enter their camp. He usually sets one of his archers or two of his archers by to just keep an eye on you.
And what are his archers like, or his guard like?
They're
How
all
do they react?
they all seem to be fairly well traveled, and sort of as you look at them, you see they're veterans of adventuring. They've been around, and
At some stage, can Ren pop his detect thoughts passively, just as free one once a day, and try just get surface thoughts from he's not bothering with Valder and Rice because he expects them to be a bit more, composed and stuff. But just try to see if he can skim some surface thoughts from the guards that are with Valder.
I'm going to layer the fact that Scales is being a 20-year-old toddler to them consistently.
Just to
okay, well
gauge,
then
like, what they
if
think.
that's what's happening, then all you get from them is annoyance at Scales.
Fair. So no, yeah, Ren was just trying to see if they get any oh yeah, we're gonna murder them the second they come out, any vibes. But if that's fair enough.
Scales is helping.
As you approach,
Thought it was worth a try.
after a long rest, as you approach the temple, again you hear the husky voices of the creatures. These black and grey shades drifting aimlessly behind the gates. You hear them. Guardians for eternity. Once thieves, now condemned to stand watch. Leave this place, lest you become like us. That's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Thanks everyone for sticking around with us, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time to see what lies inside the Temple of Templetown.
See if Jaden kills or tries to kill Erixium.
Kills.
Kill Valder first.
And see which side Wraith takes. Thanks very much, guys, for sticking with us, and we love you all, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Do tune in on Sunday for DM Brett's one shot. We'll see you soon.
Cheers, everyone.